Intelligence data.
And I know exactly when it's time because Raptor's face lights up.
That's right. Look, some of us can program our Stream Deck buttons with cool things that's like you run the timer for this long, and then right before you go on the air, the lights come on.
Yeah.
That way you're not blinded
Yeah.
the whole time,
Yeah.
flailing about.
Hey, I do the same thing. I
See?
do the
There
exact
you
same
go.
thing.
There you
So
go.
I get you. I get
Yeah.
you. I just wish I could fix my room lights, like the actual house lights. If I could somehow get that tweaked in there too, maybe with like an
Oh.
if and then that thing or something.
It could be done.
Be
If
awesome.
if you were
Yeah.
willing to spend the time and the money, it could be done. I guarantee it.
Anything can be done with enough time. And money.
Anything
Yeah.
can be done with enough time and money, my friend. We sent men to the moon with enough time and money. So there
That's
you
right.
go.
That's
There
right.
you go.
Or faked it, depending on what you believe. But
I
anyway.
mean, depending on which conspiracy theorist you follow, fair enough.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we are here for day 2 of Warship Masters. We had a really fun day yesterday, and I'm sure we have a lot more fun in store for you today. We have 2 best of 2 rounds, just like yesterday. So teams are just basically looking for points. Each win counts as a point, and I confirmed it yesterday. I double-checked. You don't get a bonus point for sweeping. It's just raw 1 point for each victory, and that's it.
That must
okay?
be a quirk of how tournament shows it then versus what they're actually
Yes.
doing. Okay.
Yes. Tournament has it wrong.
Okay.
So you don't look at the point in any of the points columns. Just look at the wins.
Just
the
wins.
number of,
Wins is all
like,
that matters.
raw
Get a win.
wins.
A win is where the points. So okay. So we were
Right.
essentially correct when we said it's just you're going to play 14 games and win
Yes.
as often as you can. Most wins
Correct.
most wins in each group moves on. That's reasonable.
Correct. The top
Okay.
2 from each group ends up in the winners bracket for the playoffs, and then the 3rd and 4th place in each group ends up in the losers bracket
Right.
of the playoffs. So we're going from 32 teams to 16.
Yep. In just about an hour and a half, there'll be half the field will be
Yes.
eliminated.
Correct. Exactly right. Exactly that. And then we're going to bring you guys round 1 of the playoffs today. Raptor and I signed up for one of the winners bracket games. We don't know exactly who that's going to be until obviously all the math is done and the crying and the rules lawyering and everything else that happens. Once all that's done, they will be setting up the brackets. And as Raptor and I were discussing before the stream, off camera, there are pick bands today for maps as well as for ships. So
Correct.
that usually takes some time. So expect to see a gap in between coverage today, if you will. Obviously, we will be staying live and stuff, but there will probably be a little bit of time where you might tune in and say, what is going on?
It occurs to me,
Why
and
are we just sitting here?
It occurs to me, and I just made like a live adaptation right here on stream. The schedule that I had built for my little fancy slide was just based on yesterday's schedule, which was basically running
Yes.
45 minutes for each round, 2 games.
Yes.
But then when we got to the
Yes.
playoffs, obviously things will change. But on the schedule, I basically had said, "Oh, playoffs will start at 8:30." No, I bet they won't, because not only does everybody have to finish all of their round 7 games, you have to get all that reported. You have to verify the results. You have to notify the teams. Everybody has to get grouped into whatever bracket they're going into. Then you have to get all the reps in a room. You got to do pick bands for maps, pick bands. I was like 8:45. Like, it's not happening that soon.
If I were you, I would adjust it to 9 because the tournament site says 9 a.m.
It does say 9. You're right. Okay, then I will continue. I will make that change yet again, my friend. That's a good call. That is a good call.
That's one of the reasons why I like to reduce a lot of the overhead and fixing things and switching it around, which is why I've got like one screen at this point for like I'm not in a game, and that just displays whatever I need to display on the browser. I'm a big fan of KISS. You know what KISS means, right?
You're stupid? No, keep it simple, stupid.
Keep it simple, SeaRaptor. Yes.
That's reasonable. That's reasonable. Whereas I am too much of a showman, I think, for my own good sometimes.
Well, I delved into that, and what I find is that when I delve into that kind of stuff, I often have things blow up in my face, and I'm sick of things blowing up in my face. So I just try to make it as easy as possible, because that way I can free up my brain to try to do other stuff instead of like damage control.
Yeah.
You know, putting out fires. Hey, speaking of which, do me a favor.
Uh-oh.
Point to your left for a minute. Point to your left. Okay, cool.
Did you get it fixed today?
I have altered your image. Pray I don't alter it further.
Pray I don't alter it any further. That sounds about right.
I did it before you joined in on the Discord call, and I couldn't remember if it was horizontal or vertical that I needed to do the flip, so I just guessed. And you know, when you have a 50-50 chance, you typically guess wrong. This time, I guessed right.
Hey-o!
So I'm pretty excited about that. Yeah, I'm
all right.
I'm kind of pumped about that, you know? It's good times.
Indeed.
So,
Indeed it is.
Now we can read Warship Masters in the background appropriately. So that's exciting.
Okay. Outstanding. I'm glad you were able to solve this particular problem, because
it's the little victories, man.
I think Xanda was beside himself yesterday that this was not a thing, because apparently he pinged you and you were just like, peasant, I care not for your trifles. And so then he pinged me like, by the way, did you know that you're wrong? You're wrong on Zach's stream. You have to get him to fix this. And I was and after our little conversation on camera, I'm like, his OCD is tingling. That's what it is. His little that little tickle in the back of the brain. It's like, I have to fix this.
Which is why when I said point left, you were actually pointing to your left because it was mirrored. You know, it was flipped.
Bingo.
So now when you pointed to your left and when I point to my left, we're both pointing to the right on the screen, but it's pointing in the right direction.
Oh, so you reversed yourself then to match?
No. So if I point like this, you're pointing the same, right?
Yeah. I got it. Yeah. Okay, because cameras and blah 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 blah
cameras
blah.
And
because cameras.
Technology. Yeah. So
mirrors.
I think we just ruined. Xanda's OCD again.
Probably.
This time now we pointed the wrong direction.
Probably.
Sorry, Xanda.
You know what? I at this exact moment, I'm reminded of an homage to one of my favorite Warship streamers, which is Stats Bloke. And he has that great little random thing on his stream where the woman pops up and goes, pork markets. Like, something about that complete non sequitur on his stream, every time it happens, I giggle a little bit. Like, this is amazing. I don't know how he does it, but I love that one.
Yep. I was gonna say something else, but I can't remember now. Oh well.
That's okay.
It is what it is.
That's okay.
We'll figure it out. Oh, we should talk about the drops.
We should, because the drops today are different. You still have to watch for 90 minutes. That part hasn't changed, but the rewards are changed. There is is it just a unique commander or a special British commander today? Yes?
I would say a unique commander. I believe he's got a special name to him and a fun portrait.
Okay.
But
the big thing
no
is
enhanced skills or anything.
But the big thing that you really want if you don't have one is the paid actor flag, because that is absolutely one of the best ways you control your teammates in any random or ranked battle you happen to play in. Just put that puppy on your ship, sail around, do whatever you want, and then when you get murdered, you can be like, but I told you right there, I was a paid actor. Like, I don't understand.
I'm a paid actor, sorry.
I'm a paid actor, sir. Like, it was I flew the flag. Didn't you see the flag?
Right, exactly.
There you go.
Or if you have one of those really dumb moments where you're like, oh my god, I'm such an idiot. back to port, put the paid actor flag on, and
Yep.
then just remind yourself, hey, I screwed up in this boat once. You know, there were people that used to put like the ranked flag, you know, when you rank out.
Oh yeah.
There were people that would put the ranked flag on the boats that they played for ranked.
Only you
as a
did
way
that,
to
Seth.
remember.
Only you did that,
No,
Seth.
no. I went and did it on all of my ships because I was so proud of ranking out in season 2. But there were people that only do it on the ship that they used to rank out, which I think is really interesting. Chat, here's a good topic for you.
Uh-oh.
How do you use your flags? Just curious. Let's find out. Answer now in chat.
You know, I'm such a purist. All of the weird camos and bizarre ship girl collabs and everything, they take me out of the game, right? And so I have all of that crap just disabled and turned off. God bless them for giving me that option in the HUD, by the way. And the only most of the time when I put like decorative flags on my ship, I'm very proud of my community contributor flag, so I almost always fly that one. And then, of course, for most of the ships now, you can fly a second one. And generally, I will fly a historical flag of some nature. I know that we've got a lot of those different ones in the game now, and they've done a really good job of spreading them around, right? There's a couple ones for Italy and a couple ones for Russia, and 4 or 5 for the UK. I'm not even talking about the specific like per ship flags that in some cases are historical, like a lot of the UK ones for I'll just pick on Belfast, HMS Belfast, right? It's the St. George Cross with like the Belfast ship logo on it, right? That kind of thing.
Yeah.
But just, there's all kinds of historical flags on there. And because I'm a history nerd, those are the ones that I immediately like gravitate to. But there are some fun ones that I will occasionally use. I still use my Coup of Boom flag, right? I'm a big fan of that one and some other good ones. So yeah, it's fun.
Absolutely. I really have a good time. For me, I use thank God they finally added 2 flags for every ship, because remember back in the day it was just the one.
It's just the one. Well,
so I use both of my super test ones. I use the regular super tester and then the veteran super tester with the Kraken. That one's fun.
We had that, here on NA, we had that weird flag for a long time that was going all the way back to like just a few months after the game came out. It was supposed to be a cosmetic flag, but it had economic bonuses attached to it. They were small econ bonuses, but gamers are notoriously min-maxers, right? And so you had almost everybody basically just felt compelled, like, well, I have to fly this flag. I have to be maximizing my credits and XP earnings every single time I play a ship and so on. And there was the loud outcry for all those years. They finally added the ability to unlock a second cosmetic flag. And then, of course, as the big econ rework several years ago, they turned off all the econ bonuses on cosmetic flags, and now it's all tied to the camouflage system, which is just different. So
it's different, yeah. For those of you guys who weren't around way back in the day to learn all these stories, yeah, you could have a flag that would give you 5% bonus to credits, ship XP, and commander XP, or free XP, one of the two of those. I think it was free XP.
Zach, in my day, I'm just saying,
right?
Back in my day.
Right. And you can have, in some ship lines, they allowed a second flag. So, for example, you could have the CC flag, which gave you some bonuses, on top of the military month commander flag, which they only gave out 1 year and never again once they realized how bad of an idea it was to impact the economy that way. So
that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
They never allowed that flag into the wild again. They were like, "Oh, this is bad." Because basically everybody got it for free and then everybody used it. And so essentially you had just inflated the entire credit earnings of the entire NA server. And by the way, it was an NA only flag. You couldn't get that flag in any other region. So like the NA server automatically had this cool flag that gave them an econ bonus that no other region got. Man, there were people in the EU that were salty about that for a long time. Woo, that was a thing.
Oh yeah. And the King of the Sea flag, since I guess we can get back on topic. The King of the Sea flag also had some extra bonuses too that were really spicy. I think it was like 50% to commander XP or something.
it was good. There was actually a notable. It wasn't like good for grinding ships, but it was good for grinding captains. And that was totally a thing for I remember that. I wonder if that's still. We used to have a page with all of this in the wiki. I remember having this in here.
Right. Right.
Because they differentiated at the time between flags and signals, right? Combat signals. Here we go. Special flags. Oh yeah, that's right. These charts won't. These little retractable tables won't open for me anymore. Well, there's a page there. I remember building that page back in the day. Oof, man, that's been a long time. Well, we should talk about this match, Zath, because we're a couple minutes away here from starting up into our first match of the day. We're in round 6 of the kind of the round robin stage of the event as we start here early on a Sunday morning here in the U.S. It's still best of 2, and we say best of 2. It's really just that each team is playing each other twice, and you're trying to win as many games as possible.
Correct. And these are Group 2. So Ayaya is currently in first place with 3 wins yesterday.
So this is marked in here as wins and draws. So what I think tournament is capturing is they actually, I think what you need to look at is the columns for SF and SA. SF should be, I'm pretty sure, is the number of wins, and SA is the number of losses.
Okay, yeah. So if that's the case, they've won 8 battles. That makes more sense.
Pretty sure they won 8 battles yesterday because they played 10 yesterday. So yesterday they went 8-2. So they are currently the top seed in Group 2. And, of course, they're also, they came into the tournament as the number 1 seed on the Asia server. This is a team, if you've seen big international events, you're used to seeing these guys before.
Right, exactly.
And then we showed off ZZHL yesterday.
And they're in 3rd place.
They're in 3rd place. They're tied for 3rd with HSR, who we also got to showcase. They're 7-3. So, both of these teams likely moving on to the playoffs. There's still an opportunity here in Group 2 for them to fall out of contention, particularly for ZZHL. These wins will definitely be more important for ZZHL if they can win some of these games. Speaking of games, Zaf, let's do this.
We have one.
Let's do this.
And if you're hearing my voice right now, one thing to keep in mind is drops have begun as of 5 minutes ago, actually 7. If you are not getting progress for your drops, take a moment and refresh whichever of our 2 streams you've got going. And later we'll talk about how you can win extra prizes and stuff. So yeah, let's get in. Sorry.
All right.
So
welcome.
So many things to keep in mind.
Indeed. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's day 2 here of the Warship Masters 2025. And let's have a look at the lineups here. We're bringing you Ayaya and ZZHL, a battle of Asia versus China servers. Ayaya spawning in green here at the top end of North. Looking at their lineup, we've got a nice gun build Daring here and a unique upgrade Holland. We saw one of those yesterday, one of the team lineups we covered. Backed up by a 4 cruiser lineup. This is Napoli, fairly standard secondary kind of build. Good build for Napoli. A Sevastopol. We've seen more than one of these floating around. Very reasonably priced kind of super cruiser sort of thing with an odd heel. We can talk more about that later. RBQ Yamato's in a Zhao. Let's see. Yep, unique upgrade, kind of as expected and outnumbered. I'm betting he's going to spend his time on the flank they're expecting to receive a push from. Muon's Puerto Rico, a little bit of radar and RPF. And then backed up by a single battleship here in this lineup. That is Snowy's Kremlin here. I don't see anything in that build that really looks that unusual. Zath, what's ZZHL doing at the bottom end of the map?
Well, ZZHL is looks like they're going heavy towards the seaside. They've got 2 ships now starting to enter the B cap. That would be Dadao's Daring, also gun build, and then we've got a Zhao with unique upgrade. Heading the other direction, we have a Hildebrand. Our first time seeing a Hildebrand in this tournament. A very expensive boat at that, playing goalie right now, scouting with the planes. We got a Cassard and a Brennus working their way towards the flank, as well as another Brennus and a Sevastopol. So it looks to me like they're fixing to do a big 9-10 push.
I do believe, Zath, that Hildebrand is the single most expensive ship that we have yet seen fielded by any of the teams we've covered in the tournament. 27 points.
Yeah, she's very expensive for good reason, of course. And again, people that maybe are new to the tournament today, the way this tournament is balanced has nothing to do with ship bans or preventing certain ships from playing. It has everything to do with a point value system. So every ship has a point value. You can see it probably on both of our screens. If you look on the panels, you can see a point value next to the tier 10, the X, Roman numeral X. You'll see, for example, Kremlin is 20 points, and Hildebrand, as Raptor mentioned, 27. Each team has up to 100 points to distribute for the match. I think that's about it.
Nope, that pretty well covers it. Both teams deploying very, very differently here. You can see a simple 5-2 split for ZZHL here in red, and it's a much more conservative kind of 3-3-1 sort of thing here, with the Kremlin hanging back towards mid for Ayaya, but the Zalzath is going to end up him pushing down the 3 line over here. I wasn't expecting them to use Zao in this fashion.
As a pusher?
Yeah.
I mean, the nice thing about Zao is it can be pretty flexible to do either one of those things as long as they can get on the flank. That's really the key for it. But you're right, it is better suited as a kiting boat because of the torpedo arcs.
Oof. Well, they got Prey to open up with his guns and immediately got punished. Both Brennises just clapped him for about half his HP there. The Hildebrand torpedo bombers doing brilliant spotting work here in the early going. That ship
and that showcases
its value.
The power of that why the point value is so high for the Hildebrand, really.
Yep. All about that early spotting and informational damage that you ordinarily wouldn't be able to get any other way. Ayaya with the early cap advantage here, working slowly creeping up towards about a 100-point lead. Their push beginning to develop down the 3 line here as they're putting some pressure onto Dow's Daring, having already driven NN's Zhao farther to the south.
It's interesting, ZZHL's Cassard was radared by the Puerto Rico and just happily chilling there, taking shots from Preq's Daring. I don't know why he wouldn't have just W'd forward, got out of radar range, and then backed up, but...
Well, the situation at the C cap is going to get very interesting very soon, right? The double Brennis push up the 10 line, starting to bear fruit. They're shoving Kara Akatsuki Sevastopol back away from the cap, which is leaving Preq basically on his own. He doesn't really have any support at all, and they're rotating Muon's Puerto Rico off of that cap, pushing him through mid with the Kremlin. They're just collapsing onto the B cap here. And in fact, the Hildebrand, who has been reversing the entire game, if he's not careful, he might find himself in dire straits here. He probably needs to find his engines.
Yeah, so a lot of times when I play a carrier at the start, I like to just hit the S key as well and reverse. The only problem, he's recognized it. The only problem is if you keep reversing and forget to stop reversing, you get stuck on the border.
Yep.
2 destroyers gone, by the way, over at the A side.
Have a destroyer trade well to the southwest of the B cap as BYF's Napoli, RBQ's Zhao, going to probably turn and head into the B cap. That's going to leave the Hildebrand with a lot of different things to kind of work out here. Now, Muon's Puerto Rico, I thought they had brought him through this channel here in the middle of the map. I thought he was going to head south. It turned out they rolled him around and turned him north again, Zath. I like this play.
Yeah, well, we got the toilet bowl going on, right? We've got one team pushing on one side and then another team pushing on the other. So Puerto Rico flipping around is designed to just slow down the enemy push. I like it.
Preq's Daring here is going to be in a bit of a pickle. He's got a German, well, it's not a German Hydro, but he's being pushed astern by a Hydro ship. Oh!
He also got spotted and dunked on by the Hildebrand.
The Hildebrand bombs through the smoke, absolutely just dunking him there for about 8,000 damage.
Wow.
I'd say they're getting their money's worth out of this Hildebrand, Zath.
You know what's scary is if teams realize just how powerful this ship can be.
Yeah.
Wait till the playoffs, everyone.
Yep.
Oof.
We'll see how that turns out. Ergo's Cassard rotating back, trying to slow up this aggressive Ayaya push down the 3-4 line that has barely basically kept them on an incredibly narrow lead. 7 minutes in, only 5 points between these teams. Ayaya down a ship.
I think one of the big things for the Cassard is he's got to keep away from the Hildebrand, right? He's got to keep his teammates safe.
Yeah.
Pucker moment there as torpedoes go by.
Well, WX's Sevastopol kind of now a bit, I won't say caught out. That's not true. But Muon's Puerto Rico, obviously the pick target for the double Brennus push behind him. The trick is that WX is kind of set up in a position where he is catching shells from the south, and he can only push so far forward because the Kremlin is out there kind of gatekeeping him a little bit as well.
Yeah, both these two cruisers, Sevastopol, Puerto Rico, are the focus targets for both teams at this point.
Yep.
So Muon's gone dark, and I think he's going to do his best to stay that way. He's on a sticky fire, though.
Yep. He is going to get spotted if he doesn't ground himself behind this island. When he comes out into this channel, they're going to have eyes on him again briefly.
Yeah, well.
Ooh, that was a well-timed
nice
AP salvo out of the Puerto Rico. Let's see if it generates a nice return. Decent.
Decent. I'm sure he was hoping for more.
Probably was hoping for more. I think he underlet it just a hair.
Yeah. Well, here comes the Hildebrand to go and spot the Puerto Rico.
Well, they can spot him, but at the moment, the Sevastopol is the only one who's going to have shots on him. The Brennus, I don't think they can get shells over this island. No, I'm pretty confident they can't.
Yeah, they're trying.
They're going to try, but I don't think they can pull it off.
Yeah. But that spot is important, though, right? It tells you for radar how, the distance. It tells you the current status of the ship. Now they can see he's healing.
Yep.
So that vision absolutely does give the team information.
Ergo's Cassard, now one of the most important ships in the game, the last surviving destroyer for either team. Able to start putting.
How he's in B.
Yes, he obviously brought B cap back. They know roughly where he is. Muon's radar covering a little more than 60% of the B cap at the moment. The Napoli's like, well, what are you doing in my cap? I didn't authorize this. And so he's turning around to drive Ergo back out.
And that's where the vision of the Puerto Rico was so crucial, because the Cassard player knew I can be in this cap and not be detected by the radar.
Kremlin's position holding WX's Sevastopol from moving up any closer as Snowwind's AP starts to make an impact on the Brennus push up on the A line, Zath. Look how far north these guys are.
Well, here's the problem. When you're going to go up the flank, you have to be on the extreme flank to make it work. So they got to just kind of follow up that line.
Napoli's going to take a Hildebrand torpedo there.
Mm-hmm.
Going to smoke up now and try to finish this cap up. More Cassard torpedoes coming in. Those are well aimed in terms of lead. Is Napoli fast enough to outrun them?
Yes, he'll be fine.
No, I think he's going to catch at least one of these, Zath. Ooh, it's going to be close.
Woo! Yeah, he's fine. The only way he would have caught it is if he actually chose to stop. Which could happen. Ooh, Puerto Rico. Muon decided to come out and get shot at.
Yeah, Muon is out here where they can spot him. I'm a little surprised at this. Snowy Wind punching a ton of damage through WX's bow over here, trying to push this Sevastopol off. Muon dark again for the moment. The Hildebrand spotting has got to be getting old.
Yeah, right. I'm curious. We don't get to see this as casters. I'm really curious to know how much spotting damage the Hildebrand player is going to get.
It's a good question. It's a good question. They're trying to get these points and finish off Muon's Puerto Rico, but so far he's doing a great job holding it together. He is out of heals. Uh-oh. Here comes the Sevastopol, Zath.
Well, they kind of know it's time to make a play.
It's time. They're running out of time. Oh, he gets good hits into Muon there.
Yeah. Very good hit. Not enough, though.
Muon gets a little bit of his own back. Oh! The Kremlin speaks and the Sevastopol dies. And just like that, 10 seconds from a win, unless ZZ can bag Muon, they do.
Time extension.
90 seconds now as Ergo's Cassard caught out a little bit off the cap here, taking a whole bunch of punishment.
That's the only thing he can do is get in the cap.
All he can do is try to hold it together. Keep these guys in the game. BYF headed back. They're taking blind shots at him now. They don't know exactly where he is.
Yep.
The Hildebrand moving up now. LY going to probably look... I'm guessing he's going to turn up this channel here in the middle of the board. Nope, he's going to ground himself. They do get a little more chip damage on the Cassard. BYF snappily dodges all the torpedoes.
Yeah, but watch this brightness on the top in here. 1211. 8,000 hit points.
Woo. With a Kremlin salvo coming in. Pucker moment.
Yeah. Stay frosty, my friend.
Stay frosty, my friends. 9 seconds.
I don't think they can. I don't think they can do it.
I think III has found a way to hold on to this game, Zaf. There they have. Nicely done. Nicely done. You know, I gotta say, we talked about how much ZZHL paid for that Hildebrand, right? To 27 points, literally more than a quarter of your full team lineup. I feel like they got their value out of it, but I also feel like that Kremlin was a huge, huge board control piece, and I'm not just talking about the devastating salvo we saw out of him.
Yeah. I mean, so they definitely got value out of the Hildebrand, but the problem is, as you mentioned, it was so expensive, being the most expensive cruiser and almost most expensive ship in this entire tournament. They were forced to take, I guess, for lack of a better way of saying it, lesser ships. You know?
Yeah.
And so you kind of have to sacrifice. The other part of the problem is, great, you got vision. That's awesome, but the boat itself isn't able to tap points. It's not able to contest areas with its presence. It's not able to use its main batteries necessarily. So you kind of take that ship out of the battle. It's also one less ship on the line to be possibly shot at, tank damage, etc., etc. So you're asking your teammates to do a lot more while you're sailing around spotting for them.
You're asking each of the other 6 other players to basically carry more of that shared workload.
Bingo.
You and I have been commentating long enough that we can remember going all the way back more than 5 years when carriers were still a thing in competitive play, when early King of the Sea and Supremacy League played carriers. That's the most carrier-like ship that I can think I've seen in the modern game. What we just watched is the closest thing to like a classic King of the Sea or Supremacy League game where one team brought a carrier and one team didn't, that I think I've seen in years.
Yes. Yes, and that's what I was thinking about too, is going back to the days where, maybe one team brought a carrier and one team didn't, and the team without the carrier still managed to win.
Yeah.
And you're right, Hildebrand, I think that the problem with Hildebrand is you got so many planes that you don't need to ever move or use your guns. Whereas like Louisiana, for example, which is cheaper actually than Hildebrand. It is cheaper,
yeah.
It can use its guns to project power.
Oh, yeah.
And when it's got nothing to shoot at, then it could pop its plane and spot for the team. So, if you're going to use a hybrid, maybe that's the way to go. Is Commissar on the list?
Commissar is on the list. Commissar is one of the more expensive cruisers, as I recall. Let's pull the points list up real quick. Yeah, Commissar is cheaper than Hildebrand, but right behind it.
Yeah, it's 2 points cheaper than Louisiana as well, even. So that could be...
I gotta say, for 2 more points, I'd rather take a Louisiana. It's got more HP. It's got the heals. It's the ability to project power farther. I could shove that thing in a cap and it could sustain some punishment if I needed it to. A Commissar can do none of those things.
Right. Very true.
Commissar is, if memory serves, Commissar is essentially a light cruiser with a catapult squadron attached to it. Right? Am I wrong? I don't remember. That sounds correct.
It sounds about right. Yeah, it sounds about right. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of like I would for my 26 points, I'd much rather take a Louisiana. Now I'm looking back at the game that we just saw. Okay, we're talking about the advantages, the spotting advantage the Hildebrand gave them.
Yeah.
It very, very narrowly, like almost, did get them the win, didn't it? Because they used that spotting to mercilessly prosecute one destroyer. I would argue that IIA's other destroyer that died down near B probably a little bit of an unforced loss there. He was being very aggressive to make sure that they took the opposing destroyer in that portion of the map away. So, you know, arguments about that one. But 100% the Hildebrand spotting basically got the daring killed. Easily.
Yes. Yes. So you saw in that game the value of that spotting and the ability of your 6 teammates being able to utilize or however many in the area. But there's just so many other factors beyond spotting. And that's what I think I like about that game. It demonstrated that a bit. There's a tournament that I missed because I was on vacation, and it was the War of Faction tournament put on by the people that run the Enterprise tournaments. And that one allowed a submarine in one of the comps and a carrier in another. So I was asking, like, how did it go? And they said, well, it didn't really have the impact we were hoping.
Okay.
Which is interesting to hear about.
That is interesting
to hear about.
You know, you and I haven't talked about it because we've been casting the event, but one of the things they've announced that I'm really looking forward to that's coming to the live servers soonish, right? The classic mode, Warships Classic, right? You're going to go back and for, you know, in this mode, you'll only be able to play ships up to patch, I don't know, whatever it is, 6.4, whatever the hell it is. And I think that's going to be a lot of fun for folks.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, yes.
Well,
at the same time, though, I've heard that some people are maybe a little disappointed with it because it doesn't have necessarily the ships available that they wanted to take into a mode without carriers and subs or whatever. So you can't have it all, people.
You can't, but I'm looking forward to messing around with that and showcasing it and just reminiscing, right? There's so many players now, even regular viewers of both of our streams who didn't play the game, haven't been playing the game as long as we have. They don't have memories of these eras where, like, you know, back in the 5.1 days or whatever, where it was just America and Japan and that was it. There was nobody else. Like that kind of stuff.
Right. Pepperidge Farm remembers. All right, Zath. Game 2's loading. Shall we go check it out? Yeah, let's go take a look, huh?
All right.
Well,
all right.
Once again, Ayaya up to the north. They've changed things up just a little bit, huh?
Yeah, both teams going with a triple destroyer lineup here as we move to northern waters.
Zero battleships.
Indeed. Ayaya going with Lushun. Very similar to the Sevastopol here we've been seeing. Very, very slow, very deliberate heal that lasts, 60 seconds, I think. But also because she had control her detection a little better, possibly a little more useful. Double Marceau, big points invested here in these destroyers. Same build for both? No, similar builds
very
for
different.
both. But not, no, actually, you're right. They're not that close, are they?
No, they aren't.
All right.
No, they aren't. What's interesting is that Prey Q is not using either Honoré or Abanyu. Why not take at least one buffed skill if you can?
Muon now in a Minotaur, the most expensive ship on his team's lineup. Backed up by RBQ's Brennus now. He's moved from a Zhao into this thing. And then Akatsuki in a Sevastopol. We saw him in this ship last game. Last but not least, BYF in Magurl. That is Hindenburg. Let's go.
That's a Lighthouse Hindenburg, by the way.
Yes.
Take a look.
Yes, I'm excited to see this. We've now seen Hindenburg quite a bit in this event. We saw our double Hindenburg yesterday, and another team fielded her at one point. I'm excited, Zach.
For those of you who don't understand what Lighthouse means, it means you're taking the heavy HE and SAP skill and third point there. That increases concealment. So you're spotted from farther away. It's why we call it the Lighthouse. And if you look at our tool here, 12.6, that doesn't seem right for the Hindenburg's concealment.
You're not going to have much time to talk over the ZZ lineup, Zach. Have a look at A. It's about to be a rumble.
I've been looking. So ZZ lineup, we've got the Dao with the Kleber with Abanyu, unique upgrade. They're about to run into both Marceaus. Just as the Stalingrad radar pops up, they've got a Lushun that's also almost a mirror of the build for Ayaya. And there's QL's Stalingrad with the radar to see who's all coming this way. And we've got WX1's Napoli behind with Sansonetti for the speedier shell switching. Looks like they're focusing on Yichui's Marsu, but he's turning away.
Well, he's turning away, but they did get it. They did catch him on fire again, already giving up half his HP. They didn't get as much out of that big rush as they would have liked. They originally started throwing shells at the Lushun, but didn't really get him. And now they're blind firing Prey Q, just trying to land damage or get resets in there.
Yep, might as well. And then on the opposite side, we've got LY in a defense. And we got Ergo in a daring, which is all utility build. Very interesting choice there.
Ooh, I like that one.
That's one of the Dunkirk captains. Look at those 3 buffed skills there. Ooh.
Yeah.
And then finally, NN in another test ship Zhao with the unique upgrade, who's about to get smacked. No.
Not too bad. I've seen worse. That'll buff right out. Ooh.
I've had worse. You lie.
Yeah, exactly. Look how quickly they've taken half of the Stalingrad's HP away, Zath. He was on a triple fire just a moment ago before he put it out.
Mm-hmm.
They've got eyes on Yichu's Marceau again over on the edge of the map, trying to finish that kill off if they can.
Yep. He opened up, I think, trying to help get the Stalingrad on fire, because, of course, Stalingrad burns a lot.
Yeah, that Lighthouse Hindenburg doing good work back there. Muon's Minotaur taking some punishment, but it's BYF's Hindenburg that's putting all of this pain downrange on QL's Stalingrad with the fires.
Absolutely. Now, remember, Hindenburg penetrates 50 millimeters of deck armor, so it cares not for Stalingrad's 50 millimeter deck. So not only is he starting fires, he's also getting penetration with the damage, and because he's got the Lighthouse build, he's doing more damage with those HE shells penetrating the deck. Brilliant.
Yep, that quarter pen on the German HE being impactful here. Stalingrad's 50 millimeter deck not doing him any good, as Zath points out, and then of course Hindenburg, long known as a fire starter, they've pushed QL all the way back to the eye line, and he's still running.
And he's still spotted, too. Oh, there he goes.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought he was dark, finally.
I'm watching BYF's final shells to see if he gets another fire going.
ZZHL finally realizing the threat this Hindenburg represents. The Lushun starting to take him under fire, as BYF's like, well, we can all play that game, my friend. As a destroyer, I am not excited to get into a gunfight with the Hindenburg. Let's just put it that way.
No. Ayaya also putting good pressure on the opposite side of the map. LY's defense is also at half health, actually below that.
Trading very well, aren't they?
Yeah, they seem to be getting good work out of that Sevastopol and Brennus. And looks like the Lucian even got some damage in on the defense with his torpedoes.
I gotta say, Zath, I've never played Brennus, but after this tournament, I kind of want to go check it out. Ooh, Radar Minotaur, Muon making a dive for the island along the edge of the map here. They're going to finally push this Lushun out of the way. Look at all the shells falling on 12-11.
Yeah, but that's okay. He's got a heal going for another 30 seconds. He'll be fine. Trust.
Yeah, he'll buff right out. If he lives.
I think he's finally realizing he can't sit there.
Well, he's trying to play, engine games, juking shells by speeding up and slowing down. It's working to some extent, just because of the duration it takes for some of these shells to arrive on station. Prey Q now trying to go dark, seeing if he can reverse into the cap and pick it up. QL's Stalingrad has pushed through a heal and is rotating back north. This AP salvo coming in on BYF, he might get some revenge. Nope.
Nope.
Turns out the laser guns don't work quite as well at 19 kilometers, Zath.
Yeah, he does have the concealment module. Usually when I do Lighthouse Hindenburg, I'll use the steering gear one in slot 5.
Yeah.
So you got propulsion in slot 4, steering in slot 5. Whew.
Yeah.
Makes it very difficult to hit at range.
BYF is playing this ship different than I would in his shoes. He's much more reverse, stationary, slow speed. When I play Hindenburg like this, I'm stay max speed and I go crazy. I drive everywhere.
That's right, exactly. WX1 does take a torp in the rear. His DCP is down. He's about to take a torp in the bow as well. That'll be 2 torpedoes, and he's going to come out broadside in front of, well, Hindenburg. So,
well, but
yeah.
he's got such a great angle on BYF's Hindenburg, but of course BYF's got the AP loaded. Ooh. And just like that, WX not looking so hot.
Yep.
He goes going down. Looks like they got some good luck chuck torps over here, Zath.
On the other side, the Daring, yep, absolutely getting some really good torpedoes on Lucian. Actually, those I think were fired at the Brennus.
Yep.
And he just happened
He wandered
to catch. Yeah. I always talk about that when like I'm covering replay analysis for destroyer players. Like the worst thing you can do is cross in front of your opponent's torpedo aim for whatever ship you're trying to, sail near, like a battleship or cruiser or something.
Yep. Well, things are about to get spicy over at A. The Minotaur's trying to edge around this island and peek the Kleber. There we go. Finally starting to get him here. A couple of salvos will probably put him right off the board, and there he goes. Hydro's ticking. Those torpedoes should go nowhere.
Ayaya loses another asset on the other side, so now it's just the Sevastopol.
Yeah.
Akatsuki's got the heel going now, but
he needs to get out of sight for that heel to do him any good. Things going really well for Ayaya over at the ACAP finally, but it's cost them basically most of their team over on the 9-10 line. The other nice thing I like about ZZHL's position in the BCAP, Zath, Ergo and LY have not been pushed so far south the way the Zhao has. They're going to have a fairly quick run up to the BCAP when they're ready to go grab it.
Yeah, and I'm sure they're thinking about that right now. The Daring heading straight up. Defense is smacking Akatsuki right now.
Yep. Akatsuki knowing that he's not long for this game, just trying to get what damage he can get out of his guns before he goes off the board. His long-duration heal about to expire with him on fire and under 7,000 HP.
Yeah, it's not looking too good for him, that's for sure.
Yep, he's 2 minutes away from his next heal. He will not see it. Aya trying to adapt now, shoving one of the Marceaus right straight across mid. Yichu right on his heels.
He DCPs, goes dark at 685 hit points.
Oh, he survived that. That's insane.
He did.
I
think part of the problem here, they're blind firing now. I think part of the problem is ZZHL made a bit of a mistake there with the calling. We see this often in clan battles. You never call somebody dead until he's actually dead. They already thought he was dead. They started redeploying.
Can they catch a glimpse of him? Yep, they've got him now. I was going to say, before he gets to his heel, his next heel 60 seconds away, they caught a glimpse. The defense is getting a salvo downrange. Is it going to land? It does.
It does.
Ayaya firmly on the back foot now. The entire eastern half of the map wide open to ZZHL, however they want to play it. We're looking at Marceau and Hindenburg rushing to defend B as best they can.
Oh, yeah, because they got to know that Ergo's Daring is heading straight there.
Yeah, but I'm not going to lie. I don't like, and the Hindenburg's Hydro is running out. He's spotted now. They know where he is. And Praise Marceau is backing off a little bit. Are they going to be able to spot this Daring? They aren't. They're not going to be able to get in. They're not close enough.
The big thing was the defense. He's got 38 seconds to the next smoke, 8,000 hit points, and no heals.
Yeah. Oh, he's out of heals too,
yeah. So that decision open up right there could be a costly one. Here comes the Hindenburg.
Willing to cede this cap. Do not want to trade Praise surviving HP to keep the Daring off the cap. Rotating Yichu north, might be able to wolfpack him here in a little bit. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I think that's what they're doing. They're trying to wait for him to get there.
ZZHL trying to draw the Hindenburg's eye line to the Zhao until the defense's smoke comes available, and there it is.
Exactly. Now he's going to open up on whatever he can. Ooh.
Ergo.
I like these torpedoes, though, from PreQ.
They get a quick glimpse of the daring and do get some damage downrange on him as Yichu now driving directly into the cap. Boldly, he's spotted. Now we're going to have just a gunfight. Straight gunfight. I can't imagine Yichu's going to live very long here. Yeah. The defense claps him for about 5K. Can they finish the kill? They have to get the kill on this daring for this to be worth it. Nope, they can't see Ergo anymore.
No, but he's on 2 fires.
More shells falling in.
They're fishing hard.
They are. His next heal's 55 seconds, so he's going to burn out, Zath. He's not going to make it.
Nah, he's tapping
his
RT,
DC. His DCP is about to
Bam.
come up. There, he got it. Whoo! 500
one of the
HP.
reasons the fire reduction flag is so important on a destroyer. I think one of those fires burnt out.
You know, one of the things we haven't talked about that I got to give QL props for, he's still in the game, Zath. As low as he was earlier, man, he's done a brilliant job of handling the Stalingrad. And if I'm Muon, yeesh, I've been clapped in my Minotaur more times by Stalingrad than I can count.
Absolutely.
So many low health targets.
Team Red.
So many low health targets here that I can't quite convert over here at the B cap.
Ergo getting a heal. That's his last one. And just in time for the Lucian to show up to help support up here. So
Prey now spotted again.
Yeah, to get back in here.
No, I don't think they can now. They've been able to rotate too many ships. It took too long for all this to kind of come together, and not able to pick up these kills. The daring down to 500 HP, got to his last heal, and now he's still in the game on 3,500 HP. They'll never see the defense again. Nope. But it was a valiant effort, but game 2 is going to go to ZZHL here. What a great series.
Take a look at the south. QL is very low. 2 seconds. Not enough time.
Oh, wow. The Minotaur picking a fight with him. That is balls of steel. Look at that.
I mean, it's what you got to do at the end when you know.
You do what you got to do.
Just not enough time. If he started that a little bit earlier, that could have been a very important time extension. We
talk about it, Zath. We've talked about it before, and I got to repeat it for folks who might not have seen international play in King of the Sea, right? Or King of the Sea, or if you're used to seeing King of the Sea, or used to seeing like the EU or the NA teams play. Guys, when you sit down and watch World of Warships, and you're watching an Asia or a China or the old RU teams, and some of those play on EU now, those guys come to fight, okay? They do. They they're not afraid to take risks. They don't take stupid risks usually, but they're not afraid to take risks, and they are there to fight. So much of the competitive play in Warships for the first several years of the game revolved around board control, very deliberate, very precise, very, I'll be honest, sometimes very boring to watch. But when you watch an Asia or a China team, they are not boring to watch.
No, and they typically have very aggressive plays. They just come out swinging.
Yes,
and that was something that we also liked. We also enjoyed from the old Russian teams as well. The CIS server back before all the craziness. Watching those teams play as well. Like I remember watching North and being like, how did that happen?
Yes.
Somebody tell me, like, please, can I get a play-by-play for what I just saw? Because I don't even understand it.
Yes.
So, but Raptor's exactly right. This is a far cry from the old NA style, and I would argue also the old EU style.
Very
which
much
is basically
EU.
Like, okay, fine. You can have these 3 caps. We'll take this 1 cap or whatever. And then about, 7 minutes later, we're just going to flip the game and win. Like, okay. And Raptor and I just sitting there like, okay, well, this is happening. When are we going to get the action, Crazy.
Oh, that was a fun battle. That's a good way to get started. Good way for the morning to start. Let's go. More of that, please. More of that. Ah.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, we'll have some more of that. The next game is up, by the way. The next match.
I was looking for it. I don't see it in here. Oh, there it is. Yep. I had to find. Okay.
Yep.
Took me a minute. I looked right at it apparently and didn't see it. But we're here now.
Yep. So this is gonna be throw and stuck.
Fix something real fast. It's pissing me off.
Let me see here. Throw and stuck. Throw is currently in first place, tied with Resin, and Stuck is in dead last.
Where are you? Group 4?
Group three.
Yep. Stuck 2 and 8 coming into this. Throw at the other end of that spectrum, 8 and 2. Okay.
So Stuck has the possibility of being a spoiler for Throw if they can take 2 games off of Throw, right?
Yeah.
And Survivor can win 2. That would be an interesting tie. And ties typically go based off of points at the end of the battle. So then you'd have to go and add all those up to try to figure out. I think it's either that or it's when the 2 that tied faced each other. That could be it too.
No,
exactly.
according to the rule set, what they're doing for tie breaks, should 2 or more teams be tied, the total point difference according to the tournament website. So remember, guys,
it is the total points. Then.
You may not know this anymore, but what happens now is all the tournaments in the game, all the big tournaments, the cash tournaments like this, are managed through a semi-official website. The teams upload replays of their games to the server, and then those replays are analyzed for things like, what was the final score? Oh, it was 1,000 to 561. Okay, great. Your differential was 439. So over the course of multiple games, that differential adds up on your wins, and that's what they're using for a tiebreak.
Exactly right. Yes. And so any player can actually go to this site. It's called wows-tournaments.com. And any player can go to the site. They can look at the battles. They can look at the point values, and they can even download replays and watch the game from the player's perspective, which is something that I like to do during break times in between. Because what else are you doing anyway?
It is a lot of fun occasionally to go back and look at replays. And, of course, we'll have the opportunity to be doing that. We have the opportunity to do that as a part of what we do here on the caster desk. Like, we can go download replays, share them on OBS, talk through them. They get to where they do that on the official casts a lot. They typically have more time to kill.
Yes.
We haven't traditionally done a lot of that unless we have a big break.
Correct. Now, also because of the replay render tool, because of the micro patch that just happened, the replay render tool is actually broken for this weekend. So there will be no replay renders at all.
I didn't know that. Okay. They have to patch that thing every time, or is it just this particular patch broke it?
So every patch breaks the replay render tool typically. Sometimes it doesn't, but typically it does. And it takes about a week for the replay render tool to be fixed, which is why during the first week of a patch, my first Friday and Sunday Warship streams, I don't do replay analysis because the render tool is broken.
You use it a lot more than I ever have. I pretty much only have ever used it for tournaments. You make regular use of it on your replay analysis streams that you do.
Correct. Exactly. Exactly. Also, real quick, we should probably mention for people how they can win stuff and things by watching you and me, right?
We can put that up again. We hit at the top of the stream, but talk them through it one more time.
So we got the drops, of course. Everybody gets a drop. It's a 3-point captain plus the paid actor flag. Raptor, I believe, is doing giveaways on Discord, right? For
on my Discord.
Your viewers. Okay, so you keep pay attention to his Discord. They announce when there's a giveaway up. You can enter it and all that good stuff. He's got his mod handling that. On my stream, it's basically just on Twitch. You just have to be a follower and active in chat. Generally speaking, as long as you're typing something like every about 10 to 15 minutes, you're good if you're worried about that. And I've got a bot that just automatically picks somebody and yeets out a code to the winner. So, for example, we already got rid of Coal Container this morning that way.
Sweet.
Nice and easy.
Sorry, I'm just looking at standings here.
No problem. No problem. This is the last round, so this is do or die for any of the teams that are in 3rd, 4th, and 5th place, really. I'm
kind of looking to see who's on the bubble, and I gotta say, Zath, the group that interests me most is Group 4, because at the moment, with you, we don't have all the results of this round that just wrapped up reported into tournament yet, but at the moment that I'm looking at this, there are 4 teams tied at 8 wins each in Group 4.
Yeah, I'm looking at that too.
That's kind of cool, man. That's pretty cool.
It's cool for us, but if I'm a tournament org, I'm scared.
Nah, they got stuff for all that. They got breaks. They got tie breaks for all that.
Yeah, but you're absolutely right. Other groups, Pumbaa and AAO, for example, that's going to be an interesting fight for them in Group 2. And in Group 1, Air DMH, it's going to be interesting too.
Well, you want to go show them this game, Zath?
I guess we could.
I guess we kind of could. All right,
Well,
welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Sleeping Giant.
That's right. We got Throw versus Stuck. And Throw, look at them. They've all got the school bus camo.
Hey, these guys got it coordinated. Yesterday, it was Special K that had to be the standout and the loner who didn't get the memo. But Throw has got their act together. Everybody driving the bus today. Starting here with Udum's Attilio Regolo. We've seen a couple of those floating around. Not a lot of success yet. Curious to see how they use that ship. Kappa's Holland, unique upgrade. Extra heals in that, all that jazz. Better Anime's Ragnar, one of the more expensive destroyers. Highly capable with that radar. Another Zhao, Tobiaso in a Zhao. Let's see, unique upgrade, yep. Another Oranji, Yuki. Nothing there that really looks all terribly exciting. Friedrich de Gross in a Stalingrad, a range Stalingrad. Backed up by a single battleship. Melvin here in Zabungo. We've seen a bungo before.
Bingo, bango, bungo.
Bungo.
Yeah, I gotta mention real quick too. It's cool to see Toby back because I could have sworn Toby took a break for a while.
Yeah.
On the opposite end, to the south in the sea area, is Stuck currently, I believe, on the bottom of their group, looking to take one, maybe 2 games off of Throw and mix it up in the groupings for them for playoffs, which comes next. Is Doofus 6 in the Regalo of his own, in a very more utility build setup. Boosted is boosting with engines and his small end, with Jersey Mike as the special captain with a buffed Adrenaline Rush. Got a Donut in a Castilla. We saw Castilla yesterday doing some good work. We got Ayanami, apologies, in a Salem with Reload. And Skills Beat Meta. That's a great name in the Stalingrad.
Love that name.
Yeah. And then we've got W Key Enthusiast in a Grozovoy with unique upgrade.
Unique upgrade, Grozovoy.
And there's a name I've seen before, Shrimp Dance in another Castilla.
Only one team fielding a battleship here, but 2 battleship Stalingrads in the game. We'll see how much impact that ends up having. Very early torpedo salvo here from Kappa as both Stuck destroyers race into the A-cap. I'll be really curious to see if the timing on this works out. I think for Boosted, that might actually be they're going to be in front of him a little bit, I think. Yeah,
and
for
as
sure.
a quick reminder, Throw is EU's number 3 team, and Stuck is NA's number 8.
Okay. Quick look at how the teams are deploying. Ooh, we've had Ragnar and Regalo and Bungo pushing the 10 line. Already some early action over here. W Key Enthusiast is going to be in a bit of a pickle here shortly.
Yeah, and he used his engine boost early for position. The problem when you do that is now you can't use it when you need it to disengage. So he's forced to use a smoke.
Yep, going to smoke to disengage here. They still chip away about almost half his HP.
But of course, Ragnar does have radar, so at some point we might see him try to use the radar.
Yep.
And Shrimp Dance just got smacked by the Bungo.
Yep. Now, question for you, Zath. Help me out. What is Grozovoy's unique upgrade?
I had a feeling you were going to ask me that question, so I have the dock open, and it's called the main gun automatic loader, and this is 18% to main battery loading time, 7% to main turret traverse speed, but a 20% nerf to torpedo reload. So basically, it makes the Grozovoy more of a gun-focused boat at the cost of torpedoes.
Got it. For the moment, W Key staying just barely ahead of this Ragnar radar. Look at that. Look at that. He's about to fall into it. He doesn't know this, of course, but It's always fun to be able to put the lines on the map and see how close folks are or aren't.
Yes. But of course, it doesn't matter if you're in range of the radar if the radar's not being used. So
That's true. Early cap advantage here, working out for Stuck. They dashed to A with their destroyers. Got that done. Now it looks like they're pulling them back. Yeah, they're rotating them back to try to help slow down this mess coming at them down the 10 line as the Regalo takes a Grozovoid torpedo. Or no.
Yep,
or was that a Castilla torpedo?
That was.
Okay.
Was it a Castilla? Anyway.
Took somebody's
Ragnar
torpedoes.
radar does go up. Yeah. Somebody hit him.
Somebody had to hit him with a torpedo.
That's right. That's right. Stalingrad shells coming in on Shrimp Dance and Castilla.
Yeah, but it's HE.
They're HE.
Yeah, it's HE shells. So, like, when Stalingrad fires HE at you, you're like, nah, I don't care. But when he fires AP, your whole body clenches like, okay, this is a problem. Bungo shoves 10K down the short axis of the ship there.
Yep.
Stalingrad punching the Bungo for 20K. Look at that. Bungo disrespecting those Russian railguns and paying a price for it. Yeah, Melvin turning in now like, okay, that's not fun anymore. I was having fun, but now I'm not. Yeah, exactly. You can have that one for free.
Next one, I'll take your head off.
Well, it's about to be a giant rumble in the bottom right corner of the map, Sath, although the Ragnar and Regalo are like, nope, we are out of here. Check it out. They've wheeled around and are running north now.
I think when they see the Stalingrad having their flank, they realize that they possibly have overpushed. And they're probably also sensing a relocation of destroyers.
Well, they would be sensing correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Better enemies Ragnar getting spotted there. So they can the Smollin and Regalo for Stuck can probably presume now that things are calming down. We know now the A contested, of course. Yuki's Orangi now in here opposed by Ayanami Salem. So A going nowhere. It's a 90-point lead and holding for Stuck. Man, look at poor Donut on the 3 line.
Yeah, I was watching him earlier. He's doing fine. Actually, he's one ship holding 2 back.
Yeah.
So he's pulling his weight and then some.
It feels bad when you're like in a 2v1 like this and there's just nothing you can do about it.
Mm-hmm. But at the same time, hey, at some point, if you lose that 2v1, you can say, guys, I was in a 2v1 the whole time.
The Hunter has kind of become the hunted here as Throw's destroyers retreat back up the 9 line, pursued by the Smollin and Regalo, who they presume are there. They haven't been spotted, but they've either sniffed it out or suspected. I don't know which.
Well, we've got Wydome with the radio location. Does Friedrich have radio location? No, he does not. Interesting.
Melvin's Bungo in a duel with Skills' Stalingrad, riding the map edge. He's leaving his broadside wide open for these Stalin AP shells. Not really getting much out of them at the moment.
Mm-mm.
Well, the jig is up.
No.
They know the Regalo is here now for sure. They're trying to smoke the Bungo out of here.
And if you look at Friedrich's Stalingrad moving forward, I think they're trying to cut off Stuck's advance.
Well, they also know where the Ayanami Salem is. I think they're pincering Donut, because look at the Stalingrad salvo going downrange on Donut, but it's also going to get him shots on Ayanami. Once they figure out, well, they know where the Stalingrad is, they can clearly see him. Ayanami's going to have to do something different than the current position he's in.
Right. Some nice Castilla hits from Shrimp Dance. Ayanami realizing the threat, backing off now.
Throw doing a really good job of exploiting this board position, having sucked all of these destroyers to the 10 line, way off the caps. And Stuck is kind of stuck in this position at this point. They got to get something out of this. Yep.
Yes, Ayanami is stuck in the middle of you.
Yeah.
If you think about it, I mean, he's got a Prince Van Oranje on one side and Stalingrad on the other.
Well, we knew this was, we could see this coming, right? Ayanami knew this pressure was going to be here. I'll be honest, if I'm Skills, I'm moving up to try to put a little pressure on Friedrich to bail out my teammate, but doesn't look like that's happening at the moment.
Yeah, I completely agree. You can see Frederick stopping so he can ensure he can't show side.
Ayanami getting punched out by those Dutch
Oh,
guns. Look at that. Absolutely just hammered. And now the A-cap flips, and so does the lead.
Yeah, brilliant maneuver by Throw, ensuring that
Great positioning.
one ship can't properly angle against both threats.
Great positioning. So now, Zath, I gotta talk. Let's talk about kind of the mental mind game of strategies and tournament play like this. I don't know that I've ever seen a team intentionally bait destroyers out of position the way we just watched Throw do to these guys. And maybe calling it intentional is too much. Like maybe it's not intentional. Maybe it just worked out that way. But man, it feels intentional. Like watching it as a spectator, it feels like this was a deliberate choice for them to run.
It definitely looks like it was planned.
Yeah, for them to run all the way down and then look at the map and go, oh, it's time to turn around and go back. They've had an opportunity to reposition.
Yeah, no, it definitely looked like it was planned. They wanted to push to a certain point and then just turn around. And boy, were they great at baiting out Stuck. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, big Castilla salvo there. 20K off the Orangi. Just disappears.
But Shrimp Dances Castilla gets hammered as well.
Yeah, he's been stuck in a bad position relative to Friedrich for a spell, and now they're trying to focus Friedrich out. This little channel dance that everybody's playing over here just north of C. Plenty of time on the clock. That's a 100-point lead for Throw, but I would not say the game is over yet, despite their ship lead.
Agreed. Shrimp Dance is out of heals now, and at 4K. Less than 4K.
Well, he's going to be fairly ineffective then. He pretty much can't open fire. We're about to see Smallland versus Ragnar at B. That's going to happen here in a moment. Kappa's Holland is going to step foot into C here in just a minute and try to bag that cap as well.
Sure, why not? You can also torpedo skills because he's got the broadside on him.
Yeah.
Melvin at 7K. Out of heals as well, and a bungo.
Okay, they bagged the Castilla.
Yep.
But there goes the bungo. So it's a bit of a trade, except the bungo I think is worth more in terms of points.
Yes, in terms of points in the game, there's it's the same as a cruiser.
Is it the same? Okay.
Yeah.
Boosted now trying to survive his duel with the Ragnar. Doesn't look like it's going to happen. Trying to dodge these shells that are certainly coming in with his name on it, and there he goes.
Nope, there he goes. 25 seconds left for a Throw victory.
Stuck trying to make something happen here. Regulo versus Regulo, not going to happen. Udom basically smoking up to say, nope, I deny you this shot.
Ooh.
And now the Grozovoy AP trying to make an impact here on Friedrich Stalingrad. Skills going to go. They're just going to touch tips. Yep. That does reset the points a few, but not much.
Yeah, they've been trying to hit the Stalin with AP for minutes.
Yep.
And unfortunately, it just hasn't worked out for them.
Nope. Stuck, not able to kind of convert things. Man, I got to say, Zath, that destroyer bait is just one of the most brain-breaky things I've ever seen in tournament play in this game.
I gotta say, this is one of those rare occasions where I really wish the render tool was working.
I know, right?
Because I'd love to be able to show that again. But maybe you have to put a pin in your mind. Maybe we need to pull down the replay for this and watch it during the break in between before the playoffs.
Well, I think we definitely need to come back to that one again, because either the thing that I think impresses me the most about it is either it's a pre-planned maneuver in the sense of they've run this strat before. They know, okay, by the time I go this far south, it's time to turn around and go back north because they've had time to react. Right. Or they just read the map, read the clock, read the timer, went, you know, we haven't seen these destroyers in a while. I think it's time. Let's not risk this, right? It's a Smallland. We know he can radar us. Let's not push our luck. And, you know, one of the other things, we've seen that 9-10 line flank on Sleeping Giant. the Sleeping Giant matches we've seen up to this point in the event, that's like the forgotten side of the map.
Yeah.
Most of the action takes place over around the A-Cap in Thunderdome on either side of that island, those islands that make up the Thunderdome portion of Sleeping Giant, but not this game. That Thunderdome was irrelevant this game.
Yeah, and we've seen in the other tournament cap layout, you've got a cap on either side of the Thunderdome, and then you've got the 2 caps. And what we've seen when that happens is teams really then favor the 7, 8, 9, 10 line because it's a smaller area. If you can get those 2 caps, it's a lot easier to defend because it's a smaller area.
Yeah.
So we've seen a lot of people do that.
And it's a free run between them almost. If you control both of those caps, you can reposition ships in between them almost at will, almost without even being spotted. It's almost like it's reminiscent of Warrior's Path, the BC caps on Warrior's Path, those 2 big islands, the channel in between B and C. You can shove ships through there and reposition literally right across the right middle of the map, and they either don't see you, and even if they do see you, they probably can't do anything about it because those mountains are 1,000 feet tall. You'll never get shells in there.
Absolutely. Hey, let's take a moment and just take a look at the tournament so far, because now we're at the point where there's only like 1 game left, or maybe 2, depending on the site catching up. I had somebody ask about NA teams specifically. How are the NA teams doing? In Group 1, not too well. The 2 NA teams are on the bottom. I believe Yellow K wasn't able to field a team yesterday, and I don't know if they're doing it today or not.
I think they just decided not to bother.
Probably. And Virtus, we caught them yesterday, didn't we? Yeah,
we did. We saw them yesterday.
Against Silk.
They have some wins, but not enough to move on.
Right, exactly. In Group 2, HSR is looking pretty healthy for making it to the playoffs. That's an NA team. And then in Group 3, Resin, obviously, tied with Throw right now for first place, doing quite well. Stuck, not so much.
Sag. Only 3 wins.
Sag. And then in Group 4, we've got Bonks, currently in 4th place, Kite in 5th. Those are the 2 NA teams in Group 4. So we're looking at 2, maybe 3 NA teams advancing to the playoffs.
I'd say you've got 3 NA teams with an above average chance of moving on. I think Bonks, let's see who's Bonks playing this round. They're about to, so they're squaring off against Moyai. So they've got a very tough opponent here in the last round of round robin, because Moyai is the number 2 seed. They have 10 wins to Bonks' 8. So those will be good games. I wonder who's casting those games. Surely somebody is casting those games.
Mini.
Excellent.
Mini
so definitely
and Painzer.
Yeah, those will be those will be good matches. Let's see, who else have we got? You talked about Resin with 9 wins, looking strong to finish 1st or 2nd in their group. And then you've got HSR, I think, is going to move on out of Group 2, and then unfortunately the 2 NA teams in Group 1 are pretty much out of the running.
Yeah. Yep. So as a reminder, you draw a mental line across the standings here, and the bottom 4 teams are done after this next game, essentially. When this round completes, their tournament is over. The top 2 end up in the winner's bracket on the playoffs, and then the bottom 2 from each bracket end up in the loser's bracket, which means with a double elimination, if you're one of the bottom 2, it's do or die for you. Once you're gone, and a best of 3.
Yep, got to make it happen. All right, so let's see. Okay, so yeah, teams just reorganizing and getting reset here. I'm going to have to go refill my water. I think I'm going to do that now. Actually, I'm going to wait and get this ad roll pushed, and then I'm going to go do it. Yeah,
that's about the right time to do that. You talk about your fancy schmancy stuff. You still do the old-fashioned wait for the thing and then do it manually. I got my button, and now my timing is finally fixed, so there's that.
My thing is also that some games are short, some games are long. Sometimes you have restarts. All of that messes with the timing. I would rather be able to look over and go, watch my stream in real time. Yes, it's 5 minutes behind me, but then I can look over at the screen and know, okay, this is what people are seeing. Great, there's no game on. Awesome. It's time for an ad. So there we go. So that way Twitch doesn't dump them on you in the middle of a game.
Oh, absolutely. With mine, because I've got the timer, I can just push the button again if there's like a very short amount of time in between. And there you go. So anyway, Go
I'm
get
gonna
your
step
water.
away. Yeah, like 60 seconds. I'll be right back.
Yeah. While he's gone, just a quick reminder, guys. There are drops today. Watch for 90 minutes, and you'll get your drops. It's a commander and the paid actor flag if you don't already have it. Yeah, make sure that you are getting progress on your drop. My progress, I'm at 24%. That's got to be wrong. I'm at 26%. Okay. So just keep an eye on it. Make sure that you are getting progress. If you are not getting progress on your drops right now, a couple things you can do. The easiest thing to do is to close all your Twitch browser tabs, any Twitch browser tab you've got open, because it's possible that Twitch hasn't updated to what you're actively watching. So close all your browser tabs. Now, Raptor and I are both multi-streaming, which means we're streaming on YouTube and Rumble, as well as Twitch. I'm also streaming on Kick. So the reason I'm bringing that up is if you need to close your Twitch browser tab so you can get your drops or whatever figured out, you can still be on the action with one of our multi-streams, okay? Close the browser for about 5 to 10 minutes. Come back to one of our channels, wait about 5 minutes, and check to make sure you're getting progress on your drops. That's the best thing that you can do to make sure everything's working fine. And of course, both of us have other ways to win additional prizes for tuning in. Raptor on his Discord, me in my Twitch chat.
Are you watching chat in the training room while these guys get set for the next game? You saw the comment about them? So, guys, we have to share this with you because the throw guys are telling us we're going to love the next game. So now I'm really curious to see what shenanigans they have cooked up.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So again, remember I was talking to you about the browser setup and everything. So for me, when I'm out, I've got a browser window open. That's on the right side of my monitor. And then I can see the game training room behind and the chat behind. So I can keep an eye on when the game is about to start and all that kind of stuff. So the things that you learn after years of casting tournaments.
We've been doing this a long time. It's so funny, Zath. I was like, we were having this chat. One of the other streamers was commenting on the streamer pack that we get from Wargaming, which includes all the fancy overlays and the scenes that we're using, except for this one, the point value table I built myself. They didn't do this, but the a couple of people were complaining about because one of the things they do is they send you a complete install of OBS and tell you use our OBS. Yeah. I have never done that. I'm just like no. I will import your scenes. I will never use your install of OBS, and I never have.
I've gotten to the point because I've got so many different tournaments that I do. I just have one folder, and literally I just replace the assets from one tournament to the next. It allows me to have the same overall setup. It has the same buttons. I just have to change out some of the timings. But the thing is, for me, I stream vertically as well as horizontally now. Yeah. So every time I get a tournament pack, I have to build the vertical stream again.
That's tough.
No, thank you. No,
that's
thank
tough.
you.
I will say, we can talk more about this later because I can talk more about this. In the meantime, we should show these guys the game because, this is kind of a meme comp, I think, here at the end of the day.
Yeah, well, Bro is looking at this like, well, we're first place in our group. Come at me, bro, on Hotspot here.
Yep.
Wow, look at this.
All right. Well, Throw going in with a fairly traditional lineup here on Hotspot. We're looking at Udum's Holland, unique upgrade. Kampa's Z42, a nice solid build there. Probably going to dive the C-Cap with his long-range Hydro. Better Enemies Ragnar. We saw him last game. Triple Cruiser. That's a Zao, unique upgrade. Cerberus. First time we've seen one of those in the event. And then a Colbert, not the first time we've seen one of those, and probably not the last. Their battleship, A Libertad. But Zath, Stuck seems to be having some fun here in their what's likely to be their last game of the event. What in the hell?
Take a look, everybody. Stuck on the bottom. Right. God, that sounded funny. Trying to figure out a way through this and just go out with a bang, literally, I think.
Oh, yeah.
They've got 2 Vampadeuses in the house. Remember, those are very cheap destroyers. They have a Kitsakami, the cheapest ship, I believe, in the entire point list at 8 points. Right?
This is going to be a riot.
And they have that so that they can afford 4 freaking Cecilias. Oh my God,
What?
4 Cecilias. Most battleships we have seen in a tournament in memory. I
All
don't think
right.
I've ever seen this other than battleship-specific tournaments.
All right, Zath, now I need you to help me with something. Cecilia,
Yeah.
very clearly looking at it, looks like a variant of Columbo, yes?
Yes, she is,
So what
yes.
is she different? What does she do differently?
The biggest thing that's different about her is that she's got SAP secondaries and HE and AP capabilities.
So she
That's
doesn't have
basically
sap.
it. Correct.
Ah, okay.
A lot of people like to build Cecilia as secondaries because of the SAP secondaries. That's a bit of a trap. If any of you are thinking about Cecilia, you still want to think of her as primarily a gunboat.
Okay. So you
Yeah,
played
so
it rather than play it like Columbo with the SAP. It plays much more like a traditional battleship. You just have 16 guns.
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
And I believe there's some other little nuances with accuracy, blah blah blah. Chad will probably chime in with the streamer you're wrong kind of stuff. That's fine. Like I said, a lot of people like to do it for just the meme secondaries.
You know what I want to see, Zath? I want to see Ragnar versus Kitakami. I want to see Ragnar citadeling a Kitakami with his AP.
Remember, guys, Akita Kami, one of the most storied ships in World of Warships history.
One of the
Let's
most
just talk real quick
memed
while everybody's
ships.
getting set.
Oh my god.
Take a look, guys. Your eyes are correct. It is a tier 4 Kuma hull, slightly modified, with 5 freaking torpedo launchers on either side.
Yep.
Okay. Historically, during the closed beta days, and I think even open beta days, Kitakami was a premium boat that you could buy. It was a tier 8 at the time. And the problem with the Kitakami was she was great at killing things with her torpedoes. It was just the wrong things that they were killing with their torpedoes. They were killing their teammates.
Yes.
So as a result, Kitakami was pulled from sale and the game.
Yep. Oh, okay. I start to see the value in the Cecilia there as those shells clap better enemies Ragnar for a third of his HP. Doofus's Vampire can safely ignore those. Deepwater torpedoes do not care about your destroyers.
That's right. That's right.
Interesting. Well, the rumble has begun on the 10 line as well as Skills' Cecilia. Bleeding HP here as the Colbert freely has its way to just farm him. Udum's Holland doing the spotting here.
All right. Skills beat meta making Inky now. So they'll just change to the other Cecilia right next to him.
Yep, deciding he's had enough of being the farm target for a spell. 2 different waves of deepwater torpedoes going out for Friedrich's Libertad, who is slowly reversing his way towards the sea cap. Those might not land. Kitakami now packing, if memory serves, 20-kilometer deep water torpedoes. Is that's what my memory tells me? Is that correct?
Yeah, if I remember right, we can see this here. Yeah, I can choose between deep waters and standards.
Okay, that's right. But the standard ones have a shorter range, don't they?
Correct.
Yes. Speaking of torpedoes, Skills is Cecilia about to take one amidships here from
DCB's up though.
Yep, from the Z42 as he turns and makes the turn into the sea cap. No, he's changing his mind. He's leaving boosted to go into the cap by himself.
Cool.
The Libertad does
Tag
take one of those deepwater torps.
Yeah. Now, the other thing about the Kitakami is that the torpedoes load single torpedo at a time, similar to how submarines load their torpedoes.
Yeah. It's fairly slow as memory serves.
Exactly that, yes.
You know, I don't actually own one of those. I've never actually played new Kitakami.
So the Kitakami was brought back after years of players saying, please bring this ship back.
Yeah.
Even after Wargaming got rid of team damage,
yeah,
did they not even bring the Kitakami back? And we kept saying, bring it back, bring it back, bring it back.
They finally did.
Well, by the time they brought it back, nobody cared about tier 8 anymore.
Yeah.
So they said, well, we need to find a way to make it tier 10. So they did that, and they brought it back in the same method as the current La Pampa, where you have to exchange resources
Yeah.
to get. And boy, was she expensive.
She was very pricey.
And then on top of that, they even had a flex camo built into it.
I don't remember that.
Which I think the Kitakami's running. Yeah. So they had a special camo that you could get on the Kitakami. I believe that's the one that's running right now. And that was additional resources. I totally didn't buy it myself.
Wow. Okay. So, yeah, that's one of the few ships in the game, one of the few rare ships that I don't even own. I never made any attempt to get one because I was just like, I saw the final version on paper and was like, this ship doesn't interest me. I just don't want one. Skills is Cecilia chosen for extinction. Is he going to be able to dodge these torpedoes? Doesn't look like it. Ooh, but they're EU torpedoes. Not enough to sink him just yet. Oh, they did stick a flood.
Just flooding him.
Yep, they got the flood off. He's out.
Oh, Cerberus actually burned him out. Either way, he gone.
Stuck, finally able to convert the sea cap, but it's not going to work in the long run. It's going to cost them the other Cecilia on this flank. Kind of memeing it up here for their last game of the tournament. It is stuck.
Yep. One of the problems of Cecilia with using the smoke is it's great while it's there, but the moment you fire your gun, smoke fire penalty says you're spotted, or the smoke runs out, and then you just get farmed again anyway. So it gives you a nice little break from being farmed, but that's about it.
Yeah. Check out how much damage this Colbert has right now, Zaf.
I mean, this is kind of the perfect setup for him, isn't it?
He's just been absolutely merciless at farming these two battleships. Just driving around however he feels like it. Ooh. Better anime driving into Kitakami torpedoes. Bam. Bam.
Ooh,
oh, he managed to dodge the second one. I thought he would take two. He only took one.
Yeah, Kitakami's a fun boat. If you get a chance to pick her up, I highly recommend if you've got the resources for it. And that's the key. It's a very resource intense thing. It's basically meant to be something for people that have everything already in the game and nothing else to spend their resources on. You know General Dort.
Yes, I've heard the
World
name.
Of Warship streamer.
Oh, yes.
He actually was playing ranked in the Kitakami for a while just because he thought it'd be fun.
Just because for the memes and the lulls, I'm sure.
Yep. I ran into him in ranked a few times. What did he call it? I can't remember exactly what he called it. But he had a fun title for it, as always.
3 torpedoes into Shrimp Dance as he tries to pick up A. They're finally getting AP downrange on the Colbert. Melvin basically like, I don't care if you shoot me. I'm going to kill you first. You'll be dead before you'll be dead before your guns reload.
Yep.
That's like the old bumper sticker you sometimes see, right? Keep honking, I'm reloading.
Yes.
Keep firing, I'm reloading.
Yep. Or another question is, are you going to hear the round that kills you?
Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right.
Can you differentiate that one versus all the other ones?
You know, we talked a little bit about this yesterday, Zath. The one team that we saw field a Colbert also generated an absolutely stupid damage total on this map, right? And I think it's not going to be the last time that we see teams field Colbert on some of these maps.
Oh, absolutely. We're going to see a lot of Colbert, I think.
Yeah. Kitakami has smoke now, too.
Yes.
It's crawling smoke. Look at this.
It's exhaust smoke. That's correct.
Wild.
Not crawling, exhaust.
Yeah.
So it can go full speed.
It can go full speed. It's like Italian smoke. That's wild.
Yep. They gave her a ton of tools, but left her guns alone.
Yeah, her little pop guns. These are what, 120 millimeter?
I think they're 140s.
140, that's what it is. You're right. Yeah, they're 140s, which means that Ragnar's guns are even bigger than Kitakami. Kitakami's guns. Now, the meme might actually make some waves here. Friedrich taking a couple of those deep water torpedoes.
But W Key has run out of areas to W. His engines are out. I think his rudder's out too, to be honest.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he'd be turning.
All over but the crying, but you get the sense that Stuck basically just kind of, came into this with a grin on their face and said, hey, let's have some fun on our way out the door. We're not advancing. No big deal. Let's just enjoy ourselves. And at the end of the day, what else is the game about?
I mean, why not?
Why not? hilariously, Zath, one of the only sweeps that we covered in our days covering round robin play.
Yes, that's right. This is a 2-0 sweep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just ask if any. Okay.
I wouldn't hold my breath.
Well, Yaya and HSR game 2 started 8 minutes ago. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't hold my breath.
Yeah, a restart or two, or a team saying I want the full 10 minutes break.
Absolutely no harm in asking, but I wouldn't get excited.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you and I are both saying a quick message, thanking them for
absolutely
for entertaining us all.
Absolutely. Are you not entertained, Lord Zath? Are you not entertained? All right. So now, guys, we come to the portion of the stream where we will likely have a bit of a lull, as round robin play winds down. The admins, the adjudicators will have to sit down and go through, just double quick check everybody's scores, make sure they've got it all entered correctly, figure out where everybody seeds into the next round of the bracket, start populating that info, blah, 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 blah. Now, we have already chosen which match we're going to cover. We just don't know yet which teams that's going to be. We know one. They just populated it.
Oh, did they? Let's see.
They did. We're going to be looking the number 2 seed out of Group 1 is CL. So we're going to be seeing them. Let's see, who are they? That is the Chinese number 5 seed. Okay, so that's going to be one of the teams we're going to be looking at, and we're waiting. And then whoever wins Group 4, which at the moment is currently Rain, but might be someone else. We don't know.
Yeah, and they also, I can see on the streamer sheet too, TWA has already been placed in where you would expect them to be. And Azuma is now being populated in the losers bracket, as well as Error.
Let's look at this for a minute. Rain has 12 points. No, it will be Rain. Yes. I'm almost positive. They haven't locked all this up yet. Yeah. So what happened is, going into the final round, Rain had 12 wins. I said 12 points. Let me make sure I'm reading this correctly. No. So it's Rain and Moyai. Both are 12-2 in Group 4. So it's a question of who wins that tiebreak, and we'll have to let them tell us.
Yes.
I don't even know.
Right.
Yep. I'll let them tell us. Chat asking when is King of the Sea coming back? They haven't announced dates yet, have they, Zath?
No, they haven't announced dates. I think traditionally it's in either October or November.
Yeah.
But it could also be September. The next tournament that's scheduled is going to be the Warships Classic tournament.
I heard about this one. That one is the
Warships Classic.
third weekend in September, as I recall.
2nd and 3rd, yes. The 13th, 14th, 20th, and 21st of September.
Okay.
And the Warships Classic, what they typically do is they only allow ships that were released in the game up to a certain point, and then they add a few extra ones in for flavor. It's not a bad tournament. It's well worth a watch, and I enjoy casting it as well. And Raptor, if you want to cast it with me, you can, or I'll reach out to Puddin' if not. But I got those on the calendar, much to my wife's chagrin. And then we've got probably then after that, I would expect King of the Sea to be early October or maybe late October into November.
Okay.
But Wargaming has they've got a calendar internally that they use to keep track of tournaments and all that. We don't see that calendar. So we don't know exactly what they're thinking yet. And sometimes weekends do shift around. Trident Trials was moved in, I think that was in April, because of the longest night in the museum. Wargaming needed to be able to focus instead on that content. So they pushed everything back a week to do that. So we had 4 weeks straight of tournament, 3 different tournaments in 4 weeks.
We do have our match pairing now. Wild. It is going to be Rain and CL.
Yeah. Yep. See that?
Yep. Whole bunch of people covering this match. It is super popular all of a sudden.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
look
yeah, look at that.
Look at all the folks that have decided to join us.
We were here first, though.
Well, they clearly don't care.
Oh, goodness. All right, so let's reset these teams, and it's going to take a bit because, again, we got the pick ban and stuff.
Yep.
So
Got to go through ship bans, map bans, all the rest of that stuff. It's going to be at least, they might be able to kick this off before 9, but I suspect there's going to be at least 15 or 20 minutes in here that it's going to be a thing.
yeah, and I keep looking to see if there we go. Okay, so I can download now the replay file from Throw's perspective, so we can watch Throw's game 1 against Stuck.
Okay.
What I can do, if you want, I can stream that to you.
Why would you do that when I can just download it myself?
I'm just asking. I've done that before, so that's why I'm asking. No. All right. We can synchronize loaded, I guess.
I mean, again, not the first time we'll have done that.
No, it is not.
I'm just busy looking at other stuff right now. Do we want to stick with this match?
Yeah, I think so. Why not?
Okay. I'm not arguing with you. I agree with you. I'm just making sure.
Oh, you mean the one we signed up for?
Yes.
Okay.
It looks like they're
right
trying
now,
to figure out. They're having to wait for something to finish up in Group 2.
Yeah.
Or they're looking at tie breaks. No, III's not done with their last game. Yeah, III and HSR are playing right now, so that game is that game being cast? I'm looking. Group 2. Here we go. It is. Looks like, I'm not sure. Looks like maybe one of the Asia streamers. I'm not sure. I don't know who this is. But that game is being streamed somewhere, and that match is not done yet.
Is that 44 you're talking about?
What 44? Row 44 on the sheet?
Oh, no. I'm sorry. Which streamer are you talking about?
His name's Torpedo Chika _ UA. I don't know who this is.
Yeah, he's Ukrainian, and
okay.
Yeah, and so he's a EU
streamer. That's cool. I didn't know to go check him out then.
Yeah, he streams a lot of competitive. I've seen his name for a long time.
Awesome. I don't watch a lot of warships, so
yeah. No, it's I mean, one of the things for you guys, the viewers that are tuning in, listening to this, you know all the different streamers and their different quirks. We don't. I mean, we'll hang out with like when I'm working, I'll have a stream up and I'll just kind of lurk and listen. But beyond that, like I don't know what everybody's little things are, except for people that have been in the program for a very long time or people that we've met in person. One of the reasons why the CC summits are so great.
Yeah, that's true. They are a ton of fun.
Yeah, we can look over the list again once it's fully populated, but I'm pretty happy with this, and I think everybody else is realizing this might be the most competitive start to the playoffs.
Okay, let me go download this goofy thing.
And I've got it paused right at the start here. This is Melvin Mahler's view from the Bungo.
Dummy, I have to. Oh, you're down. You're watching the entire replay. Not the render.
Because the render tool is broken.
Yeah. Okay, then maybe I should get you to stream it to me. Hold on a minute.
I was gonna say, you want to go back to your stream.
Well, I have to shut down the game and all the rest of that mess to reload it as a replay.
That is correct. What
a pain in my ass.
Yeah,
If only there were a way to watch replays from inside the game client itself.
Right. Now, I am nervously watching this grouping because in my mind, there's only one thing that's going to get me to want to change off of this game that we've got set up already, the match.
And what's that?
Do you know what that is? See that little checkbox here? If
yes.
that checkbox gets checked, then that means that the Chinese official cast is casting it, and we are gonzo.
Well, they also have 3 other possibilities, right? Their number 1 seed, their number 2 seed, and the number 3 seed have all moved on.
Yes. TSYMQ is in the losers bracket, though. I doubt they're going to want to follow one of those.
Why not? But you've still got 2 teams in the winners bracket, right? You've got ZZHL versus Resin. So,
and that'll be a good game, by the way.
I think it will.
That would be a good audible for us if we decide we don't want to do. If that box gets checked, I think we move to ZZHL and Resin.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, stream this thing to me, and I'll see if I can figure out how to. You're putting it up on. Oh wait, I know how to do it. Do I? Give me a moment. I gotta think. How did I do this last time?
I just might have moved on you. I'm sharing my screen now. You just have to do a window grab in Discord.
Yeah. Well, the trick is that. Yeah, that's the. Hang on a minute. Yeah, because now rather than seeing your face, I see the game. But if I change to... Okay, guys, here's what's going to happen on my stream for a minute. You're not going to have audio for about 3 or 4 seconds while I figure this out, so give me a moment. Okay, there. Audio's back. They can hear both of us now. And let me turn off a couple of things. There. Okay. They can now see exactly what you are sharing.
Awesome. All right. Well, I'll go ahead and start the game then. Let me get into the scene for myself as well. And here we go.
It probably looks better on your stream because we're not redoing it all.
Well, yeah, and this is Discord, so Discord's going to stream at what, 720p or whatever, guys. The point is you get.
Go ahead.
You get the stuff. You'll be fine.
I was actually curious to see if I could change that. No, it is streaming at 720, and I can't change it. That's lame.
Yeah, because it's a Discord Nitro thing. If you pay the money, then you get better quality.
Which I have, jerks.
Oh. Well, there you go then.
Clearly that's not working. Anyway, you can speed through all of this.
I can. But one of the things I like to do at the start is get an idea of what kind of communication is being done in voice. First of all, you can see Melvin has a bit more field of view. He's zoomed out a little bit there. There's no pinging on the minimap. Now, that's important because a lot of times when you see pinging on the minimap at the start, that tells you that they haven't really practiced too much, and you've got the caller saying, okay, I want you to go here, this ping, and then I want somebody else to go here, this ping. They're not doing that, so that tells me they've planned this, they've practiced the strat and stuff like that, and everybody knows their places.
Interesting.
So we can fast forward now. There's a lot you can glean from replays. Okay, those are, I want you to go along this line.
He's showing them,
he's showing them,
yeah, he's pinging his concealment there to show them where he's being detected from.
Right. Or more importantly, as soon as he gets detected,
he's like,
where the target's going to be.
Probably right around in here kind of thing, yeah.
So he sees the Stalingrad now. He's giving broadside to him.
He's kind of disrespecting the Stalingrad, but at this range, he seems okay with it. He's also playing throttle games to juke the Stalin a little bit.
Yep. Which makes sense. If you're stuck showing side, you might as well use W and
6 full pins out of that salvo for 24K. That was
nice.
That was that Castilla hit you called earlier.
Yep.
So, as we called this match, it was very clear that Throw, identified this as a problem early on.
Yes.
They grabbed A, and then by the time that Castilla salvo goes in, he takes that big salvo. The destroyers are already on their way back.
Correct. And you can see the small end is pointed. And there's the Regulo detected, so they see both.
Oh, they can see him pointed this way. Yeah, they must have. That's
right.
That's a Stal. Okay, so their own Stalingrad picked up an info radar, and and I didn't see it. We missed it at the time. Okay, so they can very clearly see these guys coming back.
Right. Now, if you look in chat, as you guys have played the game, you might see something like RPF colon SSSW or something like that, and you're like, what the heck is that? That's one of T-Taro's minimap mods, and what that does is you press the quick key, the quick command key, comment key, and it will display a cone on your minimap, and also relay that cone to everybody else on your team
I
of
see
what
the
your radio
cone.
location is looking at. Yes.
Interesting.
So we see 2 cones right now, and this is how teams at the higher echelons can triangulate where people are with 3, 4, 5 different players all using radio location. Everybody
Right.
hits that quick command button, and boom, the cones connect. We know where they are.
So you and I have talked about that for a long time, that good teams can coordinate multiple radio location signals to roughly have a pretty good idea of where boats, an undetected ship is lurking. This is the first time I've seen somebody translate that into a mod. That's really interesting to me.
Yeah. Now this mod has been out for quite some time, actually.
Yeah.
6 months, maybe longer.
So now he's bow into the Stalin. He's got to get his guns flipped. But here they're making the maneuver right here. Like they're like, okay, we're not chasing these guys all the way to the corner. It's time to turn around. This is the maneuver right here. 5.5 minutes in, and they're like, yep, we're done. Time to go be somewhere else.
Yep, exactly.
He's going to take one good salvo from the Stalin right here. If memory serves, it's this one. No.
I think he already turned. He already took it when he turned.
He took one good salvo.
Yeah.
You're right. I thought that was going to be a good one, but he overshot just a hair.
Right.
And now he's actually got a little bit of an angle. Now, I'll say this. We didn't talk about it at the time, but this is one of the things that I like about Bungo that reminds me a little bit of Amagi. In this kind of kiting position, she's really good with these three stern turrets.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. She's a very good kiting boat. The other thing too with Bungo, you see Melvin is using his plane every time he's about to shoot something, because this plane is a magic plane. It just magically enhances your accuracy for free, essentially. So you have to get used to popping that plane every time you want to take an important shot.
Yeah.
Now, worthy of note, we haven't seen the Smalland or
No.
Regalo in a very, very long time.
But they knew they were repositioning, and so somebody either guessed or busted out a timer and was like, hey, call the audible as to when we need to go be somewhere else. And this is where the Regalo comes in and smokes him.
Yes.
Right about here.
3 ricochets on the Stalingrad's bow. Melvin had to be fuming on that one.
I mean, welcome to Stalingrad.
Yeah, right. Yep, there's the smoke.
Yep. And now just the sheer volume of shells coming from astern tells you everything you need to know.
Yeah.
You know exactly now that the Smalland is down there. In fact, you can look at the minimap and see that one of them got spotted. I can't tell which. I think it's the Regalo got spotted. Okay, which makes sense. It's the more detectable of the two.
Correct.
So I'm not convinced then that this was necessarily a pre-planned play in the sense of, we've timed it. We know we're gonna run this far south and then turn around and run back. I think that info radar from the Stalingrad told them these guys were repositioning. And I think their caller, whoever it was, basically took the opportunity to go, all right, keep pushing for a little bit, but then you got to pull the reins.
Yep. I agree with you completely. And that's one of the nice things about pulling up the replay afterwards. And you couldn't even see this in the replay render. Well, actually, you could in the replay render.
You would have been able to see this. You would have been able to see when they came in on a detection. Yeah, I think. Yeah. No, you wouldn't have.
Yes, you'll see the consumable usage. You'll see the circle drawn on the minimap.
That's true.
Yeah, you'd see it all.
But it's very clear when you look at it through their perspective of what detection information they do and don't have. We get spoiled calling games where we have perfect vision. It's easy to forget that the players on the field don't have that. They only have the spotting information their team is able to provide.
Yep. There goes the Salem.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, and at this point, they've retreated literally almost back to where they started. But Bunko's fairly quick, isn't she, as a battlecruiser? 30, 32 knots, 33, something like that, yes?
30.
30, okay. Still not
But
bad.
he's also got brisk.
Yes, if when he goes dark, he's picking up a little extra speed. I saw that at the start of the match.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is kind of neat to see the two destroyers staying so close to Melvin. Obviously, they realize how important of a board piece he is.
Yeah. Well, and again, here's the Regalo coming in with even just the crawling smoke just to help break line of sight and buy him a little bit of time. Like in this instance, he only needs 13 or 14 seconds. His guns are reloaded. He's not firing because he doesn't want to shoot and get detected until that heal is available. He doesn't want to risk it.
Yep. He might be also waiting for his front turrets to finish rotating.
Also
There's
possible.
the plane he's about to shoot.
Yep.
There he goes.
He's like, yep, good enough. There's the heal. There's the plane. There's the salvo.
Mm-hmm.
There's the largely missed salvo.
Yeah, but very well, but it's very tight dispersion. And here's the thing. When you've got tight dispersion, it both helps and hurts you, right? Because
Stalin...
The bigger the dispersion...
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, Stalin hit the Castilla there, and I think he's trying to finish the job.
Yeah. The bigger dispersion, the better chance of hitting a shell on target. You just don't hit as many shells on target, perhaps.
Right. Blind firing here, trying to get this Castilla.
Might as well.
Might as well.
Smolin now detected heading towards the B cap.
Yeah, they caught a glimpse of him somewhere in there. I noticed that as well. So they knew he was making that play.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, look at this. That's the shot every battleship player wants to see when they're looking at a Stalingrad.
That's right. And Shrimp Dance knows it, so he's starting to open up too.
Uh-huh. He's spreading his shells around.
Shoot me.
He's spreading his shells around because he's just not sure where, are you going forward or are you going backwards? And so he's kind of hedging his bets there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, they get the Castilla. 20. Okay, he was down to like 2,000 HP there. They do bag him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that was interesting. So, but it was fun to see that kind of maneuver happening in real time, where they had the big coordinated push, and then somebody on the team basically said, "Nope, call it, turn around. We ain't doing that no more. Pull back. You are about to get about to have things come in."
Right, exactly. And what's nice about this too is you really get an idea of all the actions that a lot of the top tier competitive players are doing. You can see even after death, Melvin is moving around. He's trying to spectate, look at specific areas. He was looking at the Regalo for a bit, trying to help him out with possible vision, watch out for these, blah, blah. And now he's pretty much, he knows he's going to win the game. So now he's just like, let's see what happens. And there's the game-winning kill.
Yep. There you go.
And he's going back to the Castilla like, how are you still alive?
All right, let's put all this back together. And let's come back to...
I'll stop sharing the screen then so you can...
No, you're good, because I can always just go back to Discord and do that, and then put you back in the highlighted version, and you are in the correct place. All right.
Got it. So I'm going to look at... Melvin had 1.9 million potential damage in the bungo.
Okay.
Took 166,000 damage.
Okay.
Wow. Didn't do that much damage-wise, but he did enough.
Mm-hmm. All right, I got to change a couple of things here. Let's get this updated because we're now going to best of 3s.
That's correct. Hope you all enjoyed that glimpse. It's always
fun
to look at that when we.
That was fun. I'm glad you pulled that up. All right, we have picked maps now, so we know our map rotation. We do not have. They're working on ship bands at the moment. There we go. So there is our map rotation. Okay, and we'll let them. They're banning ships, so we'll get that done shortly. So There's our map rotation. Oh, we didn't pick band. Didn't band maps. Map ban was Sleeping Giant for both teams. There we go. Neither team wants to play Sleeping Giant. Huh. I wonder why.
Nuke it from orbit.
Not a popular map.
Hey, the ships are up. Both teams banned gearing.
No, there's gearing and read the second one. That's not gearing.
Oh, Gdansk.
Yes, gearing and Gdansk are the ship bans. Okay.
Which is interesting because we haven't seen either of these ships being played, really.
We haven't, but I think I'm guessing the only thing I can think of here is that it's a hedge bet.
Yeah.
You know, you're trying to make sure that nobody's. You're doing this to make sure that you don't want stuff picked, right? Like, even though if even if the team's willing to pay for it, you just don't want them to have it.
Right. All right. Let me hide a few things here.
Yeah, I'm trying to fix up a couple of my my Stream Deck buttons here as well. Fix a few things.
Ta-da, there we go.
There we go.
So I'm looking. We gotta move. They
Oh, did
just
they-
ticked it.
Okay, then that's unfortunate, but we can
That's okay.
change. You wanted to go to Resin and
One
ZZHL,
Resin.
yes?
Yep.
Okay. All right, then let's head up there. That room is already open. And we'll have to get different information.
Sorry, y'all. For those of you guys who don't understand what we're doing and why we're doing it, typically we try to avoid the official casts as much as possible because they will typically delay the actual games.
Yep. When you're on a stream with the official cast dictates when the game starts or doesn't start.
Right. Right. And I know the China group, when they cover games, they're usually very good about being ready to go and all that, but it just adds a lot more complexity. And why do we need to do that when there's so many other options that we can cast?
Okay, so there's our change. So we're going to call the audible here. We're going to move to Resin and ZZHL. Make sure I got this correct. ZZHL is our alpha team. Yes, they are, which means I need to make sure. I've actually got to pull my notebook up now. Haven't done this in a spell. And yeah, okay. So we are now day 2. WMI. This is playoffs. This is ZZHL. What are you laughing at? What are you giggling at?
Everybody's clearing out from that sign up.
Everybody's like, well.
Painzer and Striver moved.
Yeah.
They're going to cover throw and yeah.
Yeah. They're like, nope, I'm not sitting in there anymore. That is not a thing, kids. We's donezo. Okay.
See, guys, it's not just us.
Yep.
This is how you know the experienced streamers. We have 12 minutes before the game is supposed to start, guys. Plenty of time.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to run an ad break now just to get rid of it and blow it
Yeah,
out.
I'm going to do that here in just a minute.
Don't forget, we do have giveaways going as well. Raptor on his Discord, me in Twitch. As a matter of fact, it just started with a 5-minute delay and 10 minutes to enter. That means you've got about 3 to 4 minutes to follow and write something in my chat.
Yeah, guys, what I do for my chat is one of my illustrious mods today. That's Classic Libs. Shout out to Classic. Thank you for being here this early because you've been here for almost 2 hours already. Well done. Well, 2 hours and change, actually, because you were here before start time, just like we were. I run all my giveaways on Discord, so what they'll do is they'll post in Twitch when a giveaway is available. They'll post it in chat. That message will get copied over to YouTube, and then if you're watching over there, you can just come over to the Discord. I have a giveaways channel. The bot will post a thing. All you have to do is respond. There's a little button you click underneath to respond to the message to enter the giveaway, and then after a certain amount of time, the bot will draw some winners. It'll ping you back if you win, and then the mod will message you directly on Discord with your winning loot code. I was going to say something else there, and it's gone, so it must not have been important. Okay, either way.
All right. We're looking for the Lost Dane, and that room is up.
Yep, been there for a hot minute, but we're the only ones
No
in there,
worries.
so just chilling.
Yeah.
Just chilling.
Like a villain.
Chilling was like a villain. I was writing down when we do. My notepad is critical to me when we have multiple games and the spawns start to flip, because I got to know which button to push for when we go into a game of who's on, who's spawning on which color, right? So
who's on first? What's on second?
Who's on first? What's on second? And I don't know. I don't have a freaking clue who's on third. Third base, baby. Oh, I gotta fix this one too. Okay, hold on a minute. I gotta fix this scene. Oh, this is a whole. Oh, this is a whole thing down here. All right, then I'll fix it down here. Hold on. There we go.
No problem.
So we banned for this. We banned Napoli. And okay, so what I need to do is.
And this is winners bracket 1.3.
There we go.
I have somebody in my chat asking, what's the meta on the ship bans this season? We don't know because we haven't had any ship bans yet. This is the first time.
First time it's happening, ladies and gentlemen. What's the meta? Your guess is as good as mine. Let's find out together.
Yes. Off the top of my head, I wouldn't be surprised if teams ban cheap ships that are commonly used, because if you think about it, if you ban those cheaper ships, that forces people that we're going to use a cheap ship to go more expensive or alternate, and that really starts to limit choices for the top end of your lineup. So that could be fun to see too.
I'm realizing now with only one ban per side, I've got to make a few changes here. So we are making some changes. Actually, let's just drag this guy in. I know what to do. There, that'll fix that. There. Much better. Nice and simple. All right, so then I have our ship ban screen. I have our next map screen. I have our best of 3, which needs to be the one with the bans because I need to just do the thing. No, best of 3. Yeah, okay. Yeah, and then next map has it. Brilliant. Sweet. Look at that. It's like I know what I'm doing. It's terrifying.
Professional streamer.
Professional streamer. This is going to be the 3rd time we've seen ZZHL in this event, Saf.
I'm okay with it because
I'm okay too. They have been a lot of fun to watch. The Asia teams and the Chinese teams are almost always fun to watch. They come in with innovative lineups. They try things that we don't normally see on NA or EU. And a lot of the times that results in a really entertaining battle. Oh, I need to change my little schedule thing here as well because we ain't doing that no more.
And we've got 8 minutes until battle starts. That will be 3 minutes from when you hear this because of the 5-minute delay. Although technically it's still going to be 8 minutes for you guys.
It's still 8 minutes for you because of the delay, Zach. Because that's not how that works. They don't get to skip over 5 minutes to join you at where you are at time. That's not how that works.
Well, you can't do like a Back to the Future.
I'm afraid. I am afraid
this way into an alternate universe.
I am afraid not. I am afraid not. That is not how that works. Okay, let's push an ad roll here. Now that they,
what's funny is,
go ahead.
So I do closed captions. I stream closed captions.
Okay.
And once upon a time, because Twitch's chat server is on a different server than their video server, it actually didn't respect the 5-minute delay with captions. And I saw that, I'm like, oh crap, I can't do captions anymore. And so I left it off for like a year or 2, and it looks like they fixed it. So that's
how does that work? Say that for me one more time. You're doing closed captions.
Yes.
Okay.
So I do closed captions, but because of the 5-minute delay, right? Historically, a few years ago, captions didn't respect the delay. So while I would be talking with the 5-minute delay, it would display closed captions exactly what I'm saying now. We're in now.
That shouldn't even be possible.
It is because the chat system is on a separate server than the video and audio feed.
Oh, okay.
On Twitch.
You mean it was posting closed captions in your Twitch chat?
Yes.
Oh.
Not Twitch chat, but I have a button, right, that puts closed captions up on the screen. Bonzinator, as you know,
Yeah,
also
Bonz
does the
uses
same.
it. Yeah.
So, but what it was doing was it was displaying the closed captions from 5 minutes in the future because it wasn't respecting the 5-minute delay. So I don't know if that was an issue with the OBS plugin or if it was an issue with how Twitch handled the closed caption information.
It must be how the information is transmitted, because that shouldn't be possible.
Yeah.
Twitch shouldn't receive that. All of that should get coded and put in. That's weird. That's really weird.
Right?
You're sitting here telling me this, and I'm like, my brain is breaking. Like, that shouldn't be possible. That's so strange. Okay.
That's why I went into Spaceballs, and when will then
be now?
Soon. I cannot wait for the sequel. I'm so glad they finally freaking announced it.
So terrified, Zath. Hollywood has, yes. Now, the one redeeming thing that I think might prevent them from destroying it is that it's a Mel Brooks film. And
oh God, yes.
Mel Brooks, God bless this man, has not succumbed. It doesn't feel like he's succumbed to all the other politic garbage in Hollywood. You look back at the movies the man has made, and at no point in his career has he been afraid ever to do bizarre things, poke fun at everybody, anybody for any reason, mock things openly, mock things subtly. There's no line for Mel Brooks. And I love that about it. It's one of the reasons that I love South Park, because again, they mock everybody. They don't care. And that's the one kind of thing that gives me a glimmer of hope for Spaceballs. But in modern Hollywood, man, there's still, the concern is still there that they're going to screw it up somehow.
Yeah. And it's unfortunate these days, but a lot of productions, it's more about how it will be received or money than the actual content. So, but I do agree with you. As a matter of fact, if I remember right, in the little teaser that Mel Brooks put out there, didn't he put something in on purpose because of that? I could have sworn he said, like, I'm putting this in because I can, or something, and it was like some stupid frame of something.
Probably, very possibly. It wouldn't shock me. One of the things that I did see recently that gave me like a nice warm fuzzy, like, oh, they're going to get this right. They cast Bill Pullman's son, Lewis, right, who has been in Top Gun and was just in one of the Marvel movies and everything. They cast him to play Lone Star's son in Spaceballs 2. And I was like,
that's awesome.
This is going to be good. Like this. Absolutely. Now. Oh, I'm starting to get excited now. And I saw the other day where they announced who they had cast to take over for John Candy as Mog. And I don't remember who it was, but I remember seeing it and thinking, okay, I like this. This is again, it's like the meme. It's like the old Avengers meme, don't give me hope. Don't give me hope. Yeah. I'm so terrified of getting my hopes up and Hollywood just shooting me in the head again, like they have with so many sequels in the last decade. The one person in Hollywood who seems to get it, Zath, is Joseph Kosinski. Look at what he did with Tron Legacy, with Top Gun Maverick. This is a man who gets it.
Yeah.
But like so many other people just don't seem to.
It looks like, oh, wait, no. Okay, I'm trying to pull up the cast right now, but I don't see...
What cast?
For Spaceballs 2. I'm on IMDb. They've got some of them listed, but not unless I'm looking in the wrong place. Here we go. Dark Helmet is Rick Moranis, of course.
Yes, Rick Moranis is literally coming out of retirement to play Dark Helmet again.
Which is great.
Which is amazing.
It looks to me... It's hard to tell, but maybe it's Josh Gad, who's also listed as a writer or producer.
Yeah, Josh Gad helped work on helped draft the script. I knew that.
Yeah, so he's listed in cast. So maybe he's the one who's doing Mog or Barf.
No, it was it was somebody else. They had I just saw it. There was a Oh, there wasn't no. Okay, there's no official announcement. My apologies. I thought I had
Okay.
seen. I thought I had seen where they had announced this. Maybe my brain is incorrect. Apologies.
Okay, doing a quick search and adding Barf in, it says Barf will not be cast because it was played by John Candy. Who
Yeah,
passed,
yeah,
of
but they were
course.
going to cast somebody to play like his kid or whatever. Like, I don't know. Anyway, we'll see what they do
His
with
daughter, Jennifer Candy, is a supporting role.
it. That'll be fun. That'll be
Okay.
fun. That'll be fun.
Well, thank you guys for indulging us on our little
Yes,
tangent here.
indeed. Doesn't everybody like Spaceballs? Like, how can you not like
Come
Spaceballs?
on.
How can you not like
Come on.
Spaceballs?
Right?
All right, Zath, one of the things we might want to talk about, we've seen what these teams have banned now. But what are they going to take? What are they going to take? What are they going to field? Like, Resin, in my opinion, reliably fields a battleship. I really feel, I feel very strongly about this. If you have a guy like Peyton on your roster, you are doing yourselves a disservice by not giving him a battleship, in my opinion.
Sure. Yeah, and they're definitely more kind of traditional comp setup. So, yeah, I could see them playing a battleship. Which one? Peyton. What does Peyton really like? He likes American battleships, but Vermont is extremely expensive. Same thing with Ohio.
We did watch Resin play this map yesterday. Oh, they hid the day one tab, so I can't even go back and see. Why would you do this, guys? Just leave the...
Just to make it easier, I guess. And also to troll you because you wanted this.
Because I want it. Yes, exactly right. Exactly right. We saw Resin play this map, but yesterday, and they played from the North Spawn yesterday, right? And we saw them. They had that big speedy push over to the 1-2 line. So maybe they'll mimic that strat again. Maybe they won't. What I'm trying to remember is we cast Resin, but I don't think we cast them against ZZHL. I just don't remember who they played. Well, we know they didn't because they were in different groups, but I don't remember
Resin
who they played.
Yo Boy.
Was it Yo Boy?
We cast them playing Yo Boy.
There we go.
And it was a 1-1 one game each.
Okay. Yeah. But we saw Resin on this map yesterday.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I can even look that up on the tournament page.
Ah, thank you.
Resin
That's the way I can
versus
do it.
Yo Boy.
That's the way to do it.
Sleeping Giant. They took Peyton in a Libertad.
There we go. What group were they in? Group 3? Group 2? They were group 2, weren't they?
That I have to double check. Oops.
Hang on.
They were in 3.
They were in group 3. Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
Now I know where to look. Okay. Because we saw them in round 2 yesterday. Yes. There it was. There it was. Yeah. Okay. So yesterday, Freisen and Henri, that's what it was. They ran the Libertad, Sevastopol, double Sevastopol, defense, Mad Dogs Kleber, and then a defense. Yeah. Okay. So it's a question of, are they going to stick with that strat or change over? Curious to see.
Yes. Now Mad Dog is their destroyer player, and we typically see him playing like a gearing, a more traditional COTS style destroyer.
Yep.
So maybe they'll throw him in a gearing, but gearing's pretty expensive at 18 points.
Gearing is very pricey. Okay, ZZHL was in group 2. So let's have a look at what they ran when they ran Sleeping Giant yesterday. They played HXH. On Sleeping Giant, ZZHL fielded no battleships. They fielded Stalingrad, Venezia, Minotaur, Howden, Brennus. So 5 cruisers, and then Vamp Deuce and Kleber. They lost this game, actually. They lost their game on Sleeping Giant yesterday to HXH.
Yes.
Now,
That they did.
Did they play Sleeping Giant? They would have played Sleeping Giant again this morning. In round 6. ZZHL.
All right, so that would be against SWTMS, spaghetti with tomato sauce.
No, I did it wrong. It would have been round 7. It would have been the very last round. It would have been round 7.
I have it open. They won on this one. Daring, Brennus Defense, Grozavoy, Willem der Est, Napoli, and another daring.
Because they did eventually bring a battleship. They changed their lineup a little bit. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They
So they've run this map twice and have played things a little differently each time. As the game is dropping, Zath, we should definitely
That's correct.
definitely go check this out.
Maybe we might want to go check it out. Maybe.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's playoff time. Welcome to Game 1 of the playoffs for us here in the winners bracket. We're going to be bringing you Resin, the number one. Aren't these the number one North American team out of the Sea original seeding? All right. Versus ZZHL, the number 3 team off the Chinese server. We've seen quite a bit of ZZHL in our coverage up to this point on the channel. Let's take a quick look over the Resin lineup in green here. Start with Eagle Lence's Attilio Regalo. Going for 3 destroyers here, we have Fries in a Holland, unique upgrade. Mad Dog in a Ragnar with range. Zath, we made that crack about Peyton in a battleship, and here he is not in a battleship, running a unique upgrade Howden Liu to his port side Mabuki in a Cerberus, of all things. I'll be interested to see how they deploy that ship. Big 6 in a Marseille. And last but not least, Legend Formula here in a Svea.
Yep.
All right.
Very interesting.
ZZHL in red. Zath, what do we got?
Well, more similar to what I just mentioned, they've got their battleship LY in the Willem de Rest with their typical setup for a, Dutch battleship with the airstrike boost. In front of them, going into sea already, is a Kleber and Smalland. Getting flashbacks to Stuck's game against Throw because they did kind of similar thing.
You and me both. They did this exact same thing.
Yeah. Unique upgrade Kleber, followed by Smalland, both of them using unique captains. We got WX1 and a Brennus. We saw him play Brennus earlier today, I believe.
Yes.
And then QL in a defense with that's Dunkirk with all the buffed skills for utility. We've got Ergo in a daring. We saw him as well playing earlier, also with the same commander with the buffed skills for utility. And finally, Testchiv Zhao returns. And I want to mention, we're talking about these commanders, a set of Japanese captains we often forget about does have buffed survivability expert. So could take some more hit points in the game if you wanted to. And there we have it.
Well, we're going to see, I think, a little bit of Wolfpack on Wolfpack action here. Check out the Regalo, Holland, and Ragnar team all headed to A here, Zath. Resin putting a lot of, I don't want to say selling the farm for this, but obviously putting in a lot of effort.
Oh, yes. Very much so. And you can see the Regalo right in front of Mad Dog, so they have the ability to get a smoke and a radar in that smoke.
Yep.
That's kind of fun.
Very clearly, this is a planned maneuver driving right into this torpedo salvo from Dadao. I'll have to see how they manage this. They can see it coming now. Eagle Lance is going to take at least one of these.
Yep.
There's the smoke. So they're going to let them have it.
Oh,
nope.
And there's
there's the Smalland radar. We're going to counter radar back. Eagle Lance now boosting. They know he took. They know
for Eagle Lance.
They know he took a torpedo hit in there.
Right. So they know his DCP is down.
They know his DCP is down. They know his HP is under strength. They're not getting as much damage on the Smalland as you would think. Trying to drop the Dutch bums on him. See if he can sneak out of the way. It looks like he can.
Yeah. Actually, it looked like he maybe took a bomb hit. I don't know. Either way, he's safe for now.
Well, Resin trades a ton of destroyer health for an early cap advantage here in game 1. In the meantime,
just a reminder, Marceau Napoli banned in this match.
Oh yeah, I got a button to push for that. Except that it doesn't work. That makes me sad. It didn't
Womp
work.
womp.
It was supposed
Keep
to
it
work.
simple, SeaRaptor.
What? I literally programmed all this stuff earlier in the day. Here, I'll do it the manual way. There we go. There's our ship band.
There you go. Oh, fries. He's okay.
He's fine. Well, he's fine from the first wave. Let's see what happens with the second wave, because
yeah.
Oh, he's going to be okay. He's accelerating out of there now.
But you can see from this the impact of the torpedo, a well-placed torpedo, even if it didn't do any damage to Eagle Lance. I saw that.
How can they even see him?
It would cause some issues with lineup. I don't know exactly how they could see. I think that was just a guess shot, figuring he might be there because he had just capped.
That was crazy.
ZZHL? That was the defense that hit him, I think.
It was the defense. ZZHL working an early health advantage here. Didal's Kleber caught out. Definitely getting shelled from multiple directions here. He's headed into Thunderdome.
Yeah.
Going to try and contest the A-cap from the other side of things. If he can proxy spot Mad Dog from that island, Zath, they'll absolutely push them off the A-cap. I have to believe that's the plan here.
Well, Willem Dust is in a good position to do that. He does take a torpedo, I believe a Cerberus torpedo. And Mabuki is just sitting there with the crawling smoke. Just chilling.
There's the Ragnar
Mad Dog's radar.
Yep, there's the Ragnar radar. They want to know what Didal's up to, and they can clearly see him trying to make this move to get the proxy spot in. So he's like, nope, we are just not going to let this happen. Not with that defense staring me in the face.
Pretty smart idea there.
Yep, no, good positioning by ZZHL. I'm curious to see how Resin's going to react to this now.
One thing that Resin's pretty good at is reacting to the battle as it progresses. It's part of the reason why they're #1 on NA.
They tend to have a very good kind of sense of the overall flow of a battle, right? In the sense of the shifts and changes. Trying to bomb the Holland here. It feels like an exercise in folly with Holland's AA abilities.
Well, and you can see both Payton and Price are using defensive anti-air.
Yeah.
Take down as many planes as possible.
That Dutch AA is no joke. If you've ever driven a Dutch cruiser or one of those little EU destroyers, you know well. Man, the Cerberus is just eating this Wilhelm de Urs for breakfast, Zath.
Yeah. I wonder if ZZHL did this earlier, because remember, all the replays are up, so Resin could theoretically watch ZZL's games even on fast forward mode to see just where they put their boats.
It is very realistically possible. This is either identical or very similar to the lineup that ZZHL ran earlier this morning on this very map. Now, they've brought the Daring into the middle of the map as well, Zath. Check this out. Ergo rotating. He had been over on the 9 line with the Zhao, and now they've given that up.
Yeah, well, take a look at the Thunderdome.
Thunderdome's about to get spicy, baby. Let's go. They're going to try and pincer Didal, but I don't think that they know the Daring is here yet.
Yeah, 3 are entering. The question is how many will leave it.
3 are in there at the moment, but it's about to be 4 entering.
Possibly 5.
Oh, no. Is Frice going in? Or Rock Payton's going in?
Yeah. Possibly 5 here.
Let's go Thunderdome. Everybody pulling up a little short now.
Oh, there's the proxy spots.
Yep, Eagle and the Kleber proxy spotting each other. Frice going to probably win this fight with the Kleber. You have to believe this. He's going to have to do something. No, he did not dodge his torpedo salvo correctly. Doesn't even get the trade. Although his teammates are going to clean it up. And now Eagle Lance trapped in here with a Daring. They can see exactly where Eagle is now. Payton's going to take one of these torpedoes up forward.
Yep. Looks like he did not. He is flooding.
You know, Zath, they've pulled the Cerberus and Mad Dog out of this position. I wish they'd kind of kept them there.
Yeah, I really liked where they were. I'm not sure why they moved him, because if they were there, that would have been epic, right?
Yeah.
They would have been in perfect position to help kill the Daring.
Yep, they've got shots into Thunderdome here to try and polish off Eagle. That's the Brennus way back here on the eye line, trying to dump shells into the cap and get him off the board. They're also trying to hit him with the Dutch oven.
Yep.
As the Marseille finally bites it.
Yeah, he was just stuck up against the island. Nice shot from the defense.
Yep, it's the defense that finally bags poor Eagle. Peyton stepping onto the cap. Howden lose hydro ticking. They now have perfect knowledge of where Ergo is for a hot minute. Are they going to be able to reset Peyton? The answer is yes.
Oh, yeah. So Smallland is farming. Also, of course, Willem de Rest has the Dutch oven. He's probably going to summon bombs from the heavens.
Indeed.
Actually, they've given up on the Daring. They're going back to the test.
Well, you say giving up on the Daring, but now, well, he's dropping the bombs on the Erst. I think they realize they can pick up the kill on the Erst.
Yeah.
Peyton can see these torpedoes coming. His next heal still 15 seconds away. Wilhelm trying to get out here for the killing blow. He's not going to make it, but I think Peyton's going to lose his shit before his heal comes up. He is. Yep.
Well, we said 5 entered. One
leaves. The Thunderdome winner here.
Thunderdome
here, ladies and gentlemen. Your winner being ZZHL Ergo in the Daring. This is why we love this map, ladies and gentlemen. As a caster, as a viewer, this map is amazing. It generates so many moments like what you just watched. It's a blast.
Yep. And you could even hear the excitement in both of us as
it
was
yes.
We knew what was coming.
You know it's going to be good. You just don't know how it's going to shake out. Too many variables.
And Zhao, not looking so good. Just took a torpedo that forced DCP. Formula will probably finish this soon in the Svea. There we go.
He does finally win that fight. That buys them some time, but I just don't think it's going to matter in the end.
No. Mabuki Cerberus coming under fire now.
They've been hammering Mabuki as he moved down the 6 line into this position. He hasn't been able to do much damage back to this Daring.
I'm surprised he hasn't used a smoke right now, but maybe he's figuring he's on the defense hydro. Okay.
Yeah, I guess he's on the hydro and it doesn't matter. Brenna's shell's falling in, and that's where the kill comes from.
Yep. 5 seconds.
Nah, game's more or less over. I mean,
oh yeah.
Thunderdome fed well here in game 1, Zath, but it's ZZHL going away with the win.
Are you not entertained?
I mean, if you're not entertained, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what else I can tell you, because that's one of the most entertaining games on Sleeping Giant we've seen in a hot minute.
It's a fantastic game. Fantastic game.
Too much friggin' fun. I love it. All right, let's make some updates here. Let's see.
Yep.
Game 1. There's that. Up a point. And I believe all we have to do is now hit that button. There we go.
I want to take a moment and say thanks to Xanda. Xanda, since you're being taken care of on your end with Classic for modding, he's been over on my side just doing some prediction stuff and also being very active in chat. So very much appreciate Xanda. He is also reminding everybody, check your drops. Check your drops. Make sure that you're getting progress, that you've got it if you haven't already, that sort of deal.
Good advice.
This is the last part of today. So you want to make sure that you are getting progress on your drop. See, so I'm at 2 hours and 45 minutes, and I don't even have my drop yet.
I have not even been checking. I probably should. I think I already have my paid actor flag. I'm almost positive that I do. Yeah. So I'm not sweating this one particularly.
I'm not either, but it's always good practice. I tell people it's good practice for next weekend, because next weekend, let's put the drops thing up so you guys can see what we're talking about here.
Sure.
Next weekend, you absolutely want to make sure you're tuning in on Saturday. Saturday, there's a chance at getting essentially a free Laffy dockyard if you get the 2. It's a 0.5% chance to get 2 dockyard phases, and then you get a free Laffy out of it, assuming you do all the missions. Or you can get a special camo. There's some other stuff. And then Sunday, you get the St. Vincent camo. If you missed that camo before, here it is, baby. Go get it.
Actually, I have to go check and see if I have that one. I don't know.
It's a great camo. Beautiful camo.
That Thunderdome
make
moment
sure
is
you check
playing on
that.
stream. My chat is loving it.
Oh
they're
yeah,
like,
absolutely,
they're like,
absolutely.
Thunderdome, let's go.
Yep. Now, if you don't have drops, or if you're getting low progress like me, you can try certain things like refreshing the page to make sure that it pops up with watch to earn drops. That way, you know that that's there. You can leave audio up. Don't mute the stream, but have it at least at 1%, because then Twitch thinks that you're actively watching versus just kind of have it there chilling. I always say before, if you don't get progress on drops, you may have to unlink and relink your account with Wargaming, or close any other tabs, actually all your Twitch tabs, and then open up one specific tab with one of us. That way you know you're getting your drops, because Twitch sometimes gets confused with who you're actually watching if you've got like 5 different tabs open.
Yeah.
And it'll just assume, what it does actually is it assumes that you are view botting.
Yes.
And then it just doesn't give you any
you get no credit for anything.
Credit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen all the shenanigans in the news reports going around about them finally cracking down on view botting lately in the last month or so, Zach? That's been interesting to watch.
It's been interesting to watch. Yeah.
As a hobby streamer, it's fascinating to watch those kinds of shenanigans and what they do or don't mean for the guys that do this for a living, right?
Does it blow your mind that the top people, that like 80% of the top streamers all cheat?
I'm so shocked, Zath. This is my shocked face.
Right? Seriously. How dare they not play fair? Oh,
How dare they?
That's why they're up there.
That's why. Yeah, I know. What's been really interesting... Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go. What's really interesting?
I was going to say, what's been really interesting is to see the people who aren't getting hit as badly, which tells you that they aren't doing it, or if it is happening, it's not happening with their knowledge or involvement or complicity, let's say.
Yeah. Because view botting isn't just the streamer doing it. Sometimes somebody thinks they're going to help a streamer out by doing it too. So, but the reason why view botting can be an issue is because a lot of times people look at the people with the most viewers and then they say, okay, I want to go there. I want to see what they're doing, because that looks like the place to be. Well,
and for ad revenue on Twitch, you get paid by the viewer. You know,
correct.
You get paid when you and I push ads out, and Twitch does that whether we ask them to or not. They're just going to push ads. You get paid based on how many viewers you have watching your ads, or how many viewers you had when the ad would have run, or whatever. So more viewers simply means more ad revenue. More eyeballs means more ad revenue. But what we're discovering, what we've all kind of known for a long time, but like now we're finally seeing more evidence of, is that they weren't actually eyeballs. They were just websites that people had open, like view botting. So
yeah. Right. Exactly. So, whatever. It's just things you see in the biz when, as Raptor says, when you're a hobby streamer, or, I consider this between hobby and side gig. So,
side gig, hobby. It kind of is a side gig, right? Like, I make enough money that I end up having to report it on my tax returns, but it's not ever going to pay for my mortgage and my bills.
Yeah, that would be nice. I mean, but we're not there yet.
That would be kind of cool, but I have no expectation that will ever occur. Let's put it that way.
Right.
I've been very happy this year with the returns that I've been getting on my Star Wars Unlimited work that I've been doing, right? Just because...
Yeah, you've been putting a lot of effort into that.
I've been putting a lot of effort into that, and it costs a ton of money to travel to events and live produce a stream at a venue on my own, basically. The fact that I can do it is really rewarding to me, but man, the cost outlay of doing that is a challenge.
Yes.
So, yeah, I've got one of those, a possibility to do one of those in October, and I'm looking at I've got to sit down later this afternoon and pull out a little spreadsheet and, go to, like, okay, if I was going to budget for this trip, could I do it? What would it cost me, like, out of pocket? Do I have to do the airline ticket on miles or whatever, and figure all that out, and figure out if I can even afford to go, that kind of thing.
Well, because you got so much equipment, a lot of times you have to pay to check some of your equipment too.
So it depends. I'm trying to work on narrowing that down. I think I've actually come up with a way to shrink some of that footprint, but you're right. I either have to pay to check it or pay to ship it. When I went to Minneapolis in May, I had to pay FedEx to ship 2 of my cases up there and back. And round trip, that was like $400 or something. Because it's a lot of weight.
Yeah, that's heavy stuff.
Yeah, it adds up. It adds up. All right, well, this game is getting close, I have to think.
Well, so Dane says next game is at the 28-minute mark.
Yeah.
We're halfway there.
Well, and Resin's here and ready. And ZZHL's all here. They just got people who aren't ready. I don't know why. So I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Now we're finally in the zone where we might have the opportunity to pick up a random playoff game here or there. We'll have to keep our eyes open for that. In other words,
because this is a best of 3.
Yeah.
If this goes 2-0, we might pick up a game. You got it. Or due to delays and stuff, if we finish this, we might still pick up a game.
Ah. Okay.
Yes.
I'm catching up on streamer chat. Bo's pointing out something that I hadn't noticed in the overlay system. There are apparently not all of the ships available to be purchased are on the ban list. The ban list is probably an artifact of King of the Sea, where some of the ships are just banned outright and wouldn't even appear on a ban list at all.
Yep.
I didn't even look at that. Let me have a peek here.
So, one of the reasons why I like to keep my old stuff set up is because I can just copy over some ships, or I can just rename them, and that kind of works too.
Yeah. Okay. And then, so for example, like Hildebrand's not even in here. Okay. Yeah. So I'll work on trying to fix that up before the next time, or we'll see if Wargaming does it, but maybe not.
I like that. Maybe not.
We'll figure it out.
Tournament, assets, ships.
I'm gonna run a quick.
I've got one. Here. I've got one that's called to be picked, which is or forfeit, either one. So I can take that. I can put that in at least for now. Assets, ships. Means I'd have to restart the stream helper, but whatever. Okay. Oh, I already have that in there. Do I really? Yeah, I do. Okay, cool.
Let's see.
So I can just copy that a few times.
Do we know when they cut these drops off?
You'd have to look at it in the inventory. It does have the timing specifically there. Why?
I'm just curious. We know when they start. I don't know that we know when the cutoff is. I've got somebody who just joined the stream and is like, hey, do I have still time to earn the drop for the day? And I'm like, I think you do, but I don't know.
So the way the drop stuff works is...
here it is. It ends tonight. It ends at 7 p.m. tonight. So basically they're running them for 12 hours. So anytime in the 12-hour window from when the tournament begins, 12 hours. Yeah, so you've got plenty of time.
That's actually very generous of them.
It is, actually.
Because it used to be like an hour after that was it.
Yeah, it used to be like 6 hours and then you were done.
Yeah, the big thing with drops is traditionally, as long as you've started the drop and the stream stays live, you can finish your drop. Sometimes there's a hard no. They just turn it off. But typically, as long as it's gotten started, so in other words, if you show up for the last minute or 5, and I'm still going or Raptor's still going afterwards without the delay, that's why I do the after party. People can get their drops that way.
Yeah. Let's see something here real quick.
Looks like
Go ahead.
Looks like Torbichka is here. So that means what was he covering?
He had signed up for throw and
Throw. Yeah, so he's here, so that's interesting. I wonder if they just went 2-0 or something? Or they're having problems?
Let's have a look. Stages. Playoffs. Not reported yet. No idea.
Interesting.
I'm seeing now Zapata had been covering that match as
Okay.
well. And we're on the delay. It looks like Ayaya might have gone 2-0 on throw.
Yeah,
That's
what I'm guessing.
That's what I am presuming occurred here.
Yes, throw went 0-2. Painzer's in here too now.
Yeah, I see that. Okay.
So throw has
There's
been
Torpedo.
knocked out into the losers bracket. Ayaya advances in the winners bracket.
Okay. There we go. Okay.
So, ooh, that'll be interesting. So Ayaya then will face most likely TWA.
Ooh, that'll be spicy. I like that.
That's number 1 versus number 1. Asia 1 versus EU 1.
That'll be entertaining when the time comes. I look forward to that.
Mm-hmm. CL up a game over Rain.
I see that. I see
Ooh.
that. I mean, I expected that to be a good series. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
HSR lost their first game in the losers bracket. Not good for NA. So did Bonks. Not good for NA.
Hashtag pray for NA.
Pray for NA.
Remember that?
I remember the hashtag pray for NA, baby. I remember. Oh, that's been a hot minute, hasn't it? Too funny. Too funny. So they pushed the start time on this back, I presume. I'm not sure why. Guess because everybody was getting in here and they wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yep. That happens.
Yep, no worries. Yeah, not much
Just means that
coverage in the
after-
losers bracket.
No. So after this is done, there may be more.
It is very
There
possible.
may be more people looking for game 3s and stuff, and everybody running to other stuff. So, all right, we've been given clearance to start. You may start when ready.
You may fire when ready.
You may begin landing your troops.
The shield will be down in moments. You may start your landing. All right, speaking of, Game 2 has dropped. We are ready to go.
That's right.
Back to
We
Land
are.
of Fire.
Yep.
Oh my. Oh my. All right, let's have a look.
Do or die for Resin.
Do or die for Resin if they want to stay out of the losers bracket. All right, Sath. Take us into Game 2. Talk to me about the ZZHL lineup here in green.
All right. ZZHL opting to not bring a battleship on Land of Fire. Instead, they have a Lushun with Dazzle, Daring with all the utility, Play Bear with a unique upgrade. There's LY again in the defense. NN reprises his role in Test Ship Zhao with the unique upgrade. We got QL with the Marseille with Honoré as commander and WX1 in a Salem once again. Interesting setup for them. And I see on the south about the same kind of idea, huh?
Very similar. Resin needing a win of their own, also going for the 4-cruiser, 3-destroyer lineup. Going to be fairly common that we see stuff like this, I think, as we work through the playoff bracket. Frice is Daring, heading to B right away, backed up by Big Boy's Goliath. Those two will probably work together and play that flank. Looking like we're also sending Mabuki's Defense over that way. Nothing particularly earth-shattering about any of those builds. The other 4 Resin team members, Mad Dog's Z42, Eagle Lance's Smoland, Peyton's Des Moines, that's a unique upgrade Des Moines, and Big Six's Henri Quatre, all headed to C. I'm betting that Big Six takes that Henri all the way to the 10 line, while everybody else works the inside line of islands here along the 6-7 line, is what I'm guessing.
Now, we've seen for the first time this tournament a Goliath Raptor.
Yeah, Goliath is one that has definitely made some inroads, and we've seen her in competitive play in King of the Sea even. You know, that large kind of over-calibered, let's say, high explosive is really, really good. She's, you know, you turn her around, you angle her away, you fire that over your shoulder, and like a Zhao, you can really punish somebody for having to push into your position.
Yeah. Now, the thing about Goliath is that it's a kiting ship typically, which means it's going to be on the hold side. So Big Boy, as soon as ZZHL sees the Goliath, they'll probably say, okay, they're going to go heavy at sea.
There's the Smallland radar coming up at sea, trying to prevent the Kleber from getting the early cap. Smallland, the only one taking Didao under fire. Mad Dog continuing into the cap quietly.
I like that.
I do too. All the shells falling on Eagle Lance's Smallland here, as Peyton also contributes into trying to force Didao out of the cap. And they do, but man, they don't get a lot of damage out of it. ZZHL can clearly see there's another destroyer in this cap. They just don't know where or which.
Yeah, but obviously they're expecting it to be the Z42 with its nice cap contesting hydro.
It makes the most sense that the Z would be here. No eyes on Didao. They can still see Ergo's daring back there. Torpedoes going in on Didao's position as Mad Dog opens up with his fancy shenanigans AP, which Z42 is really good at.
Assuming the target isn't angled, yes.
Yes. I have done some really horrible things to destroyers with Z42 AP en masse. It's a lot of fun.
Yep, I've seen the clips.
Oh, some of those clips are great. Now, I will say this, Sath. Resin making a little bit of an interesting deployment here, sending the Goliath and Phrysis Daring super wide over here on the 1-2 line. I wasn't expecting this.
Well, I mean, it's kind of a mirror if you think about it. Zhao kiting cruiser, Goliath kiting cruiser, both spotting destroyers in between, and then you've got both defenses literally camped out on the same island, on opposite islands, I should say. So it's really both teams have decided they're going to make the focus on CCAP.
Well, and the other thing is, look at where WX's Salem has set up. That's going to be a really tough position for Resin to root him out of there where they are in the way they are currently deployed.
Yeah, I would expect to see Mabuki be maneuvered to the other side of this island, and he's already reversing, so that maybe he can move up with his guns and start shooting, try to help whittle down that Salem.
Can Mabuki's... I wonder what his range is like. What's the range on a defense? I don't know the range on his guns. It's 21 kilometers from Mabuki's position to that Salem. I don't think he has that kind of range.
Let's see. Main battery range is 21.3.
Okay. Well, wow. Okay. He does. Just barely.
Yep.
Phryce angled away, was picked up on Hydro earlier from the Lushun. Had to turn and bail out of there.
Yeah, it makes sense. That also tells them the Lucian is over there.
They kind of knew that anyway, I think.
Exactly.
They've seen the other two destroyers over at sea, so they more or less know.
Torpedoes on the Salem. Island eats 2 of them.
But he does take
WX
at least
takes one on the tip.
One in the bow. Now, Peyton
forces out the DCP. That's about it.
We talked yesterday about, late in the day, talking about ships that are the linchpin of opposing positions on a board. As I look at Resin's positioning, I really feel like Peyton is their linchpin here.
Yeah, it just, the old I'm going to sit on this rock kind of deal is, at this point, you can't really do too well with that against the more mobile teams.
Yeah. I just feel like if ZZHL can kill Peyton based on how this whole thing is lined up right now, that like Resin's tactical position on the board just completely disintegrates, in my opinion.
Absolutely, yes. So I think they got to find a way to get him out.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised Mad Dog didn't slide over and offer him some smoke, but that's not what occurred. Yeah. Would have been a good opportunity there.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Yeah, go straight to Peyton, smoke. He can use the smoke to disengage and turn south and kite away because he's dead. It's just a matter of time.
It's just a matter of time. Yeah, as long as he camps there with the Marseille in that position, he will eventually bite it. It's only, as you say, only a matter of time. They are moving Mabuki over as Phryce and the Lucian
get defenses.
Get into a bit of a gunfight here.
Yep. I think Phryce is definitely worse for wear on this one.
Yeah, he's absolutely getting hammered there because he's inside the Lucian Hydro range. Defense shells falling in. Fryce might sneak away here. It looks like he is going to sneak away on about 1,000 HP.
Yeah.
The enemy is about to win.
Man, I'm surprised the Lucian stopped shooting. I thought he would have kept just looking, hunting, you know? Just a fire and that's it.
Now, Mad Dog, finally hearing our cries, it would seem, is finally smoking Peyton up. He slid over there to offer smoke to his teammate. The kind of moves that we used to see all the time, and you still do see in King of the Sea, these kinds of competitive events.
Yes. The problem is, by the time that they're doing it, the Salem has maneuvered to a good position to use his radar.
Even closer to the cap, ladies and gentlemen. But now the Henri has shots on him. Solid shots with that AP as well.
Yep. So we'll zoom out and you guys can see the crisscross action from shells just high-fiving each other mid-flight to hit the opposite ship.
Shells flying everywhere. They can still see Peyton in there. The Salem radar keeping him lit, but now that the radar is down, Peyton is dark again. But that little short Z42 smoke is expiring, and unfortunately now Peyton is lit.
Yeah, Peyton will also be expiring soon.
Yes, we knew this was occurring. LY's defense taking a very bold, aggressive play here.
Ooh, I like it.
I think he's going to kill Mabuki. He is.
No.
Oh, he only took one of those.
They're just going to ram.
Oh, that feels like that's not a good trade. Not a good trade for ZZHL there.
Honestly, it's the best they could hope for because when you go in an engagement like that, the risk is that you screw up the drive-by and die. Now it feels worse.
Resin with a massive kill there. They do finally bag the Salem, and now they're over 900 points here in Game 2, getting close to a win.
Okay, now they're going to try to extract Peyton.
Yep, they're just trying to break line of sight there. Now that the radar's gone, at a minimum, they can break line of sight and move Peyton out of that position.
Ooh.
He's getting
trying to take out Ergo's daring, too.
Yeah, he's getting some good payback on this daring as he bails. This is
he
good.
Still has 48 seconds left on his heel.
Good call. The Lucian rotating to B. But at this point, as long as Resin is able to hold C and keep all their ships on the board, they will win in short order. Goliath coming under fire from Zhao AP.
Correct. Peyton detected now. And he goes back to hiding down the rock.
Goes back to dark. We're having, it looks what I'm guessing is going to be a Kleber charge on Big Six's Henri here.
Yeah, I see it now.
ZZHL making what feels like some desperation plays with only 30 seconds left on the timer.
Yeah, Big Six, he sees it, he knows. He's
his hydro's ticking. He can see this coming. 15 seconds left in the match. 10 seconds. He's going to be able to dodge the first salvo fairly handily.
Yep.
3 seconds, and that's game 2. Resin fights hard and holds on for a series evening match here, a series evening game here. As we're headed to game 3.
That's right. Going to game 3, baby. Love game 3s.
Everybody loves a good game 3, my friend.
Everybody loves a good game 3.
Outstanding. I do love a good series. Do love a good best of 3 series that goes all 3 games.
Yep. Rain versus CL also went to game 3. And,
excellent.
HSR XCL went to game 3 as well.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
Good series.
We hate
good series all around.
Typically what happens in tournaments, so you guys all are aware, you have a whole lot of the group stage. Everybody's kind of learning the stuff like in COTS, and then they go to the playoffs, and then you see a whole bunch of 2-0s.
Yeah.
Because you have some teams that are just that much higher than others in terms of skill and ability. But Warship Masters has been very different. Even in the group stage, it's been mostly 1-1.
A lot of 1-1s.
Here you can see, so that shows you that the way that they're bringing people in based off clan battle performance, not bad.
I like it. And it's, the point system also is easily the highlight of this tournament, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
in an event like King of the Sea, you're told you have to field 7 ships. You're not told at any point. Actually, I think they finally wrote the rules so you could only field more than like 2 battleships or whatever. But like the tournament rules are generally written like, oh, you can field no more than X of a class, and you can't take carriers or you can't take subs or whatever.
Yep.
But this tournament is different because they don't restrict you by class. They assign a point value to every ship based on the capabilities of that ship and the utility that it offers to a team. It's why a ship like, we saw Hildebrand earlier in the day on our very first match of the day. A ship like that, with the way the planes, it has so much utility, so much spotting advantage. That spotting information so valuable, it's priced very high, right? Same with ships like Louisiana. Whereas a ship like Kitakami, and we also saw one of those today, right? At the very bottom end of the scale is really a one-trick pony. It's a torpedo boat that has well above average detection and kind of not much else going for it. So good luck with that.
Yep, but you see the variety though, and that's one thing that's really nice. COTS, for me personally, is one of the more boring tournaments to cast because it's almost always the same kind of meta ships that you see, and at a certain point, you can't even have enough band slots to fix it, right? Like 4 bands still doesn't fix the meta issues, where you get the death snails and you get ships sitting inside of them, pew-pewing outside, blah, blah. We haven't seen a single death snail this tournament.
Well, think about it. What ships normally do that? A Gearing.
The expensive ones.
Exactly, the expensive ones. A Gearing and a Nevsky, or a legendary Harugamo and a Nevsky. That's 50 points. You can't afford that.
Right.
That's insane.
No, you can't. So that's one thing that's really fun about this tournament, and I think that they did a really nice job with it when they put it together.
Absolutely.
And those values, of course, have been tweaked, and part of the game for the players, as well, so to speak, for us casters and you, the viewers, is trying to figure out what's the meta ship going to be. Which ship is priced lower than it deserves to be.
Yeah,
and
where's that sweet spot? What ship is slightly undervalued, and how can I maximize that in any given lineup, right? That kind of thing.
Right. Exactly.
And we've seen that over the years, right? As the prices of ships in these lineups has shifted and moved and changed and so on. Some ships having to go up in cost, some ships being able to come down in cost.
Yes. Yep. Last iteration of Warship Masters, like we said yesterday, it was the Elbing that was the kind of considered to be the best cheap boat, the most cost-effective boat. So we saw tons of Elbings everywhere. Which made people like Grunty very happy because he loves Elbing. But
he really
the
does.
Majority of other people were just like, all right. I mean, and that's kind of what I think they've been trying to do this time with the Regolo. It's just not working.
Yeah, and we've talked a little bit about why that is, right? Like, Regolo is just such a tough ship. It's basically a light cruiser that's only really good at murdering destroyers in an environment where it kind of struggles to do that even, right? It struggles to do that even in randoms. So asking people to do that here is really tough. At best, you can kind of think of it like maybe a cheaper Kleber, kind of, but it's far less capable than Kleber. Kleber is a real, legit threat to almost any ship on the board, right? Has to respect a Kleber. I don't know that you can say that about Regolo.
No. I'm surprised we haven't seen a Tromp yet. I
am too.
I think Tromp deserves to be played more.
Yeah.
In my opinion, Druid is absolutely a worthwhile boat, even though it's AP only and all that. I think she's a good choice. In my opinion, better than a Vamp Deuce.
And we've seen a little bit of Druid, but we've seen more Vampire Deuce than we have Druid. We have started to see some Z42 in certain maps, which is a boat that we both like. I think there's absolutely a value there. We saw some Barbie yesterday, some Albertico, right? Or Alberico? How do you say this?
Barbiano.
Alberico di Babriano. We even saw Georg Hoffman, which surprised me.
I was surprised to see Hoffman. Yes, we haven't seen Hull yet.
No, we saw a whole lot of Cassard, and we've seen some Lucian.
We haven't seen La Pampa.
We've not seen La Pampa.
Would be fun to watch.
I'm still surprised we have not seen La Pampa. I'm wondering if teams have tried it and it hasn't worked for them, or what. I'm just curious. Like, I legit don't know.
Yeah, I
think we're going to get sucked into the official CN cast here in a minute.
They've been saying they'll hold the game. So
I think that's
possible,
why.
But that game went to game 3, 9:32.
Oh, did it?
So, yeah, it should be finishing soon. So maybe they're holding it in case that finishes.
That's what I'm thinking. I think they're holding this one so that when Rain CL finishes, they'll come over here because ZZHL is another CN team. So I think they're gonna hold this one for the CN cast. Our clever plan has failed, ladies and gentlemen. We apologize.
Backfired on us.
Yep.
Oh, well.
We apologize. I think the only way to avoid the CN official would have been to just avoid the CN teams.
Yes. Yes. Or ironically enough, just stay with CN official.
Also might not have been terrible. Terrible. Yeah, it's cool. We are where we are.
Yeah.
Resin is confused because it's like they were told they start in 5 minutes and now they're basically saying hold. Like, well, what are we doing? I don't know. They'll figure it out.
Yeah, and see, this is the frustrating part of tournament play for the players.
Yes.
Is exactly what's happening right now. They're being told that they need to hold, but to be ready.
Yep.
So it's like, hurry up and wait.
Hurry up and wait. Whole lot of hurry up and wait in these kinds of events. And I can't say much because I've been on the other end of that, right? I've been part of the official cast. You've been part of the official cast. Where like, you know, they just have to adapt. That's just part of it. Part of the game you have to play.
All right, Raptor, it's been fun, but I got my drops. So I'll see you later.
Okay, man. See you. Have a good one. Take care.
You know, the drop system is nice because, of course, it encourages people to tune in, and hopefully you guys are staying past that because, you know, the content is fun to watch.
I mean, we certainly would hope so.
We're being told to wait for 55.
I mean, that's not so terrible. That's only a minute off of what they originally announced. That's no big deal. Okay, that's all right. That's only 2-3 minutes away. We'll manage.
Yeah, right. It's like Game of Thrones when all the archers are pulled back and they're being told to hold.
Hold. Do you have any idea how much this hurts? I mean, if you've ever drawn an actual bow, you know how difficult that is. And then to sit there and hold it, like, that is not easy. Especially
if it, you know, kite it out for war, right? Not just like a little dinky thing you do at school. It's like, boom. Yep. Here comes the streamers.
Ah, I see now. Yep. Yeah. So we're gonna get CN official coming in here. It looks like. That's my guess, anyway.
Yeah, they are streaming in.
Yep.
So we picked a good match, but unfortunately, we didn't get to see as many games as we'd hoped for.
Yep. On our clever plan backfired, ladies and gentlemen. Apologies.
Womp womp.
I'm loving this. This interaction in chat is a riot.
They're trying to make room for all the streamers because, of course, there's only so many spectator slots. There's 40 of them, but they try to keep it to 20 or below.
They try to hold the minimum, yeah.
So, yeah, they said, okay, get rid of anybody who's not a streamer. And one person's taking slight offense to that.
Well, because he's not either. He's not a player or a streamer. He's just sitting in the room.
Right. But he's a player for another team, so obviously he wanted to watch.
He just wanted to come in and just mess around with everybody, right? But that's still hilarious.
Sure, why not?
That's so funny. Oh my goodness.
It's always fun to see things from behind the scenes, and how it all works.
Sometimes it's fun. Sometimes it's not so. Sometimes knowing how the sausage is made, Zath, is not fun. CL defeats Rain 2-1.
Damn.
Check that out. Rain in the losers bracket now.
Who would have thunk it?
Who would have thunk it? TSYMQ also gets knocked out of the losers bracket, Zath. That was the CN number 1 seed.
That was China's number 1.
Yeah, well, not anymore. Knocked off by the EU 8 seed in straight games. I love this event. I love this event for crazy stuff like that. I absolutely love it.
Yep.
Just waiting to see what's happened because Bonks clawed back in. They're tied up with Azuma. HSR also won game 2. They're tied up again. So they're fighting to stay in the losers bracket. And of course, our lone NA team in the winners bracket here is Resin.
Yeah, and my guess is all the other games have started.
Yes, I think we're the last one that hasn't started.
Yeah, which is why they're holding everything. And
which is
everybody's
why
here.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, that means that will do it for the tournament after this. But of course, I don't know if you're planning. I'm going to be doing the after party as usual.
I will probably not. I'll probably just raid everybody into you like I did yesterday and let you have fun. Okay. And then folks that want to continue working on their drops can come hang out with you. I know you normally stream on Sundays anyway to do replay analysis and that sort of thing, right?
Right.
Yep.
Oh, no, now they're going back to 58. The
joy of getting caught by the official cast. We tried, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
There was an attempt.
You all understand.
There was an attempt. But this is why.
Tried.
This is why we avoid the official cast.
But in any case, normally I do replay analysis. Today I probably won't, just because when we do tournament days, 1, I'm getting up way earlier than normal.
That's true.
I'm tired in general. And 2, my brain is typically fried by the time we get to the after party.
Yeah.
So I'll probably just go and play ranked and beat up on people with Lo Yang, or I don't know.
I tell you, Zath, I have been absolutely. I mentioned this yesterday, but I'm going to say it again. I've been absolutely adoring the ops that we've been doing lately, the story ops, because it's been nice to just log in and relax and not just not feel rushed or whatever. It's just been really nice.
And that's one of the reasons why most of the time when I'm playing and I do divisions, like I let the chat vote, right? Do I do solo ranked or do you want a division? We'll typically division in a not randoms game mode. So brawls, operations, what have you.
Yeah.
Because it's just a little bit more fun.
Yeah. So even late last night, right? Like it was fairly late in the day and I was like, I don't want to deal with randoms, but I just logged in and queued up in Vallejo and went and murdered things for a while. I actually played that scenario in a battleship for the first time, which I hadn't done. I took out of Georgia and had like 325,000 damage. I was like, turns out this boat's pretty good in this scenario.
Oh, Georgia's great. Illinois is the best.
I was thinking, I think Illinois was the one that I wanted to try, but hadn't tried yet.
Yeah. So I did that all day yesterday for like 4 or 5 hours.
Wow. Okay.
So I'm already done grinding all the stars for this.
Everybody,
this week or whatever.
Everybody breaking out the big point sinks as we head in. Let's do this, baby. All right, it's the rubber game of this best of 3 series between Resin and ZHL as we head to Hotspot. And man, what a lineup. This is going to be fascinating to check out. Here we go. I got to get to the right camera in the right place. Zath, talk to me about the Resin lineup in green.
All right. So Resin up in the north has a Holland, a Smalland, a Z42. So Mad Dog, Eagle Lance, and Frice doing their usual thing. That's a unique upgrade Holland. Legend Formula is in a Zhao. This is not Test Ship Zhao, though. This time it's Reload. Big Six is in the Stalingrad with range. Big Boy 69 is in Prince Van Oranje. And finally, we've got Payton in a battleship in the Repub. Worth noting, he died horribly yesterday in the middle of this map in Seacap. In a battleship.
Oh, yeah, in a Poison. I'd forgotten about that.
A Poison.
That was rough.
That was
rough.
hard to watch. That was
All
really
right.
hard to watch.
ZZHL sinking their points and their hopes onto LY's Hildebrand here. Be curious to see how this works out for them. Fielding only a single destroyer, Dadao's Daring. Otherwise, a 6 cruiser lineup. Going with a double Brennus. 1211s here, speed boosting over to C. Backed up by WX, headed that same direction as well. We've got Ergo in a Howden Liu. Probably, I'm guessing, going to hang behind Dadao here at Daring. Dadao's Daring here over south of C. QL's Defense, we'll see how he sets up. And at the moment, NN's Prinz Orangi, the first time seeing him not take a Zao that I can think of, headed over towards the 9-10 line.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I feel like Resin might have been doing some studying about ZZHL's lineup on this map and realizing that they like to go cruiser heavy, because Repub is very much an anti-cruiser battleship,
she's
right?
really good with those 431s. That's such a skanky caliber for murdering cruisers. The other thing that interests me of note, Holland and Småland, 2 of the most airplane-resistant destroyers you could possibly field, Zath.
True. Very true. And one's about to be detected.
Well, you see, Eagle gets spotted there. But again, look at how quickly that AA just is like, yeah, LOL, pound sand.
Right?
They're going to try to get a drop in on Mad Dog Z42. He's going to get 1 torpedo into the water, but it's not even going to be remotely close to threatening the ship.
No. But here come the Dutch airplanes.
Yeah, they know approximately where to look.
Well, they know exactly where to look because he was spotted.
He was spotted, but he's smoked now. They don't know where he is in the smoke. They just know he's roughly there. They can see Dadao now, that long-range Z42 Hydro, going to push him off the cap. As now he's actually moving back up into this Prinz Orangi Dutch oven strike. That hurts him a little bit. So the early C cap going to Resin here.
Yep, LY able to get another squadron up already. He's going to go find Eagle Lands again.
Yep. Who's basically going to say, I'm a Småland, I care not for your shenanigans. Your teammates are going to have to shoot me because your torpedoes will never survive to drop me.
Yep.
Look how efficiently Småland, even without a defensive fire, just murders these airplanes. It's beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely a thing of beauty.
Go in, lose 2 planes, go spot Mad Dog.
Yep.
Waste
your time trying to get a torpedo on him. Fail. Dadao giving up a lot of HP, not really getting anything for it. So now, Resin sitting on a 2-cap lead, or say a cap lead. 50 points and climbing in the early going here. We'll have to see how they decide to play this, because, man, in my mind, Mad Dog's position is very precarious. He can hold this for a while.
Oh, yes.
He cannot hold it indefinitely.
No. And
don't move up into that. Don't do that. Oh, another 5 or 6K disappearing. You see my point, though. Eventually, these Dutch airstrikes are just absolutely going to ruin his life.
Oh, absolutely. The other thing, too, is I think after this strike from the Hildebrand, we have the bombers coming.
Yeah, the bombers should be online very soon.
The HE bombers.
Yep.
The LOL bombers.
Yep, the ones that we watched ones that we watched absolutely dunk a destroyer earlier in the day, the other time we've seen a Hildebrand fielded. Dadao basically deciding, okay, that's not working. I've had enough. He's bailing out. We'll see how long Resin leaves Mad Dog in the C cap. Bombers look like they might be going for the or they might stumble into the Stalingrad, who also has defensive fire because he can't help himself. He has to take defensive fire. He's a Stalingrad.
He must be defensive.
Yep.
LY is noping away from that.
Yep. He's like, well, want no part of this. Now, what do you suppose Legend and Peyton are back to this far back in the map?
Oh, they're sussing out a big push over on this flank.
Okay, they're
They haven't
seeing
seen
the
a lot of the cruisers yet.
they're seeing the double Brennus push and basically are like, are they haven't seen the Brennuses and they suspect it's coming up the 1-2 line and they're just setting up for it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You got Frice's Holland way the heck down on the 9 line already. That gives them all the information that they need.
Yeah, that's true. They know the Brennus push isn't coming up the 10 line, so they have to suspect it's coming up the 1 line.
Look at LY forcing this drop on Eagle Lance.
I mean,
Good damage.
he got some damage out of it, but Smollen's just going to heal most of that back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would have rather seen him use that against the Zao or the Repub.
So here comes the push, Zath. We're seeing the defense and at least one Brennus trying to move up. The defense moving up inside the island chain here. They've realized, ZZHL realizing they're not going to get into sea, not the way that things are configured over there.
No.
Hildebrand trying for a strike now on Peyton's Republique. Probably going to land at least one of these torpedoes, I'm guessing.
Most likely. Well, he only has one.
He only got one into the water, and it is gonna hit home, but right on the belt.
Yep. The Zao's anti-air actually helping with the flak.
Yep. Peyton landing some decent damage on QL's defense there. Mad Dog's Hydro back up, covering the sea cap. They know that the Daring has moved off somewhere else. Looks like they're trying to sneak Dadao's Daring into the very, very bottom edge of the A cap, Zath.
Yeah, and with the Stalingrad there, I mean, that's
bold.
Really going to work.
Yeah. Well, and Eagle Lance is not that far away.
Yeah, and he's got radar too.
Yeah. Dadao already inside Stalingrad radar range as he makes this play. Eagle Lance had already launched these torpedoes in this general direction as well. The Daring Hydro is offline. Dadao trying for the conga line torpedoes to threaten Big Six's Stalingrad.
Yeah, it looked like looked like they were trying to spot Eagle Lance and then gave up on it.
I see what they've done with the Howden Liu. They're using the Howden Liu to push Mad Dog out of the sea cap as well.
Yeah. Yeah, and also to step on the sea cap to buy them a little bit more time. Also, it forces Eagle Lance back a little bit so that the Dow can back in with the Daring. We'll see the tripwire radar in a second here.
I love what ZZHL is doing, Zat. They're attacking on so many fronts at once. They're trying to overload Resin's ability to respond.
Which is absolutely how you have to do it.
Yep. Because now they're standing on the C cap and the A cap. Stalingrad radar coming up now. Single line, the conga torpedoes going by, no gain. They're gonna reset the Daring. No A cap for you.
Now we're getting to the part where the Hildebrand needs to get its guns in the battle as well, not just the bombers.
I mean, he has moved way up.
He's moved way up, so that's good. This is different from the last game we saw earlier today with the Hildebrand player, but I still feel like he's not doing enough for the team, and Ergo's just getting farmed.
Yep. They are able to flip A, but not before Resin builds a 200-point lead. ZZHL also still working a health advantage with their one destroyer lineup. They're going to get this Howden Liu here in a moment. That's going to be a big
Mad Dog
kill.
With the AP.
Yep.
It's Ergo's stern.
There it is. The entire eastern half of the map now basically belonging to Resin. ZZHL sitting on a cap advantage, but let's see how long they're able to hold it now that Resin is freed up to redeploy some resources around. Peyton and Legend fairly beat up here along the top of the map, but plenty of room for them to run in this corner. The bombs are coming for them now.
They've done a nice job of rotating through the vision so they don't get focused fired.
Well, and I'll say this, ZZHL has also done a really good job of preserving the HP they have on this flank against this Republique. Peyton does not have a lot of damage. According to the mod, if you believe the mod, still has under 20,000 damage. In a repub, that's crazy. He's just barely hitting these guys.
So Hildebrand is being used just to spot these guys, prevent them from backing off.
Yeah, they really need these kills. ZZHL needs to pick up one or both of these ships. I mean, both is obviously the preference if they can get it.
Why not both?
Why not both? But they they're running, like, they need to do it before time. Like, even though they have a cap advantage, they are still losing this game in 2.5 minutes.
Yep. Yep. Formula quite low now. 30 seconds till a heal. He's got a DCP available. But he's basically going to have to just go all the way to the corner, and he's running out of corner.
He's running out of map. Peyton finally having to turn here, but he's managed to get a heal off, back up over 40,000 HP.
Oh, I got a little greedy there. Thought maybe I can go in and drop my bombs. Nope.
Finally, a good hit out of the repub guns there on that Brennus. 12-11 taking about a 10k hit.
Formula's getting the heal off.
The enemy is about to win.
Formula does survive to his next heal as his team ticks over 900 points. Now look at what Mad Dog is out here farming the Hildebrand.
Mm-hmm.
Broadside with the AP here. The Hildebrand, more or less stationary, is going to take at least 2 of these torpedoes as well. That could be a massive kill.
The Dow trying to smoke up his buddy now.
Yep, the Prince Orange bombs coming in. Not really landing any of the bombs. 4K, double fires. They're going to get him.
Yeah, that's a dead Hildebrand.
That's a dead
Most
Hildebrand.
expensive ship in the game, dead.
Most expensive ship on the team ends up being a huge liability for ZZHL as they drive it just too far forward at some point. They're trying to shove NN into the C cap now, but there's only 7 seconds left. They're going to just step on this cap and hold Resin at 998.
Whoa, 998.
And so now
That's amazing.
Resin has to back. They have to dislodge this Prince Orange. Or bag a kill. However they get there.
Or
They got to
kill.
They got to
Well-
kill something. Well, they got to kill something. And it needs to be this Prince Orange.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you ram him, that is an acceptable trade in my opinion right now.
It is 100% acceptable because you get the point tick.
Yeah, you've got to get him. You've got to get him out of this cap. Here come the Z42 shells. Anything they can do, their entire game hinges on getting this guy out of the C cap. They have perfect knowledge of exactly where he is at all times. He's locked up on Big Boy's Hydro. Both of those ships hydroed.
Meanwhile, ZZHL focusing hard on getting Peyton out.
Yep. They've got to bag one of these kills up north. They no longer can benefit from the Hildebrand spotting.
Right.
Big Boy getting some good AP work in there as they finally land some sticky fires. ZZHL trying to buy time. See if they can close this gap. They're only 60 seconds from a win themselves. But as soon as Big Boy reloads, this should be it.
Why turn? And beaching.
And there it is. They
Wow,
only
the
needed
Brennus died
one
first.
tick. Oh, which
Zao
Brennus?
killed the
Oh!
Brennus. That's
Oh,
what
the
triggered the win.
Zao killed the Brennus. I missed that completely. Look at that. You're right.
Yep. Yep.
The Zao seals the deal. Legend, I think, probably your MVP of that game, Zath.
Yes.
What a finish. So much going on in opposite corners.
Yes. So much. And I think I just realized, yep. Oh, well.
What?
The game's over and I used the wrong overlay.
I
I had green as ZZHL, but you guys know
whatever.
who you're watching. But the cool thing is now I get to use this screen. For
Yes.
the first time ever.
We can finally use... Oh, yeah, I got to do that. I got to set that. And we have not been using our little fancy winter screen because it wasn't ready. But now we can use it. Look at that. Congrats to Resin. Hashtag hope for NA, Zath.
Yes. Yes.
All right,
what a
so
series. This was great.
That was a great series, man. That series like that is why we love events like this. All right, let's have a look at the playoff bracket. How are we looking? HSR and Bonks both won their matches, Zach. 3 NA teams still hanging on there. Love it. Absolutely love it.
Yeah, Bonks gets to play against Throw now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And HSR draws Moyai. So, tomorrow, or I should not say tomorrow, next weekend, early on Saturday morning, we will have some interesting choices to make. We have a variety of teams and interesting matches to look into. I look forward to it.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. As you guys can see, that's it for today. We've got the next rounds that are going to be starting, it looks like tomorrow or Saturday.
Saturday at 7.
We've got 1 winner's bracket, 2 winner's bracket, and then there's 4 losers bracket rounds that are going to play.
6 matches available at the start of next Saturday. So you'll have TWA and IIA as 1 winner's bracket. And then, of course, we just watched Resin win their match. They'll be squaring off against CL, who knocked Rain into the losers bracket. So those will be our winners bracket matches. And then, of course, we'll have to see who shakes out of the losers bracket. We got Fro and Bonks. We just talked about them. HSR and Moyai, of course. Rain and Salem. And then Error now will play ZZHL, who drops into the losers bracket.
Yeah. So, chat, who do you want to see us cast tomorrow? I'm curious. What are you guys
not tomorrow.
Most interested, or not? I keep saying that, but Saturday.
So did
next
I.
Time. What are you guys most excited for? To me, I gotta say, I want to see Resin CL. I want to see the people that knocked Rain out.
I kind of want to do, and after that Resin series, that was such a great series. I kind of want to see more Resin. That was fun.
Yeah. Just keep in mind, next weekend we will have 2 official streams to avoid.
We will. My suspicion is we won't be able to avoid both of them for very long.
Well, yeah. My guess is one's going to do each of the different winners brackets. So it's like, well, do you want to get more games? Go to the losers bracket, or see how I'm going there?
Yeah, and will not shock me if both official streams end up on Resin CL at the start of the day. Because you're going to have.
But
Go ahead.
TWA is going to be very interesting.
Oh, that's going to be a great match. What I suspect is what'll happen is the CN stream will take Resin CL, and the official stream will go III and TWA. That's what I'm.
That's exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. That's why I said go to the losers bracket if you want games.
Yeah, I think we'll be better off in the losers bracket next weekend, and I'm okay with it because sometimes the losers bracket games are really fascinating to watch because everybody down there their backs to the wall. They can't afford to lose matches.
You know what's interesting is if Bonks and HSR both win. Then they face each other.
They'll be playing against each other. It'll be a little bit NA fratricide, possibly.
Yeah. Or it'll be EU fratricide as well if Throw and Moyai win.
If it goes the other way. So yeah.
Yeah.
Or I honestly think Rain in the losers bracket is an interesting story to keep an eye on too, personally.
Oh, absolutely. So out of the losers bracket, Raptor, what are you thinking? What would you sign up for?
Right now, for me, I would sign up for Moyai and HSR.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Bonks will be interesting too, though.
I'm watching the end of this game on stream, just to see chat's reaction because it was such a close game. I
just couldn't believe that NN started turning. Bro, I think he just. I don't get it.
Well, his rudder might have gotten knocked out. Like for all we know, they might have disabled his rudder with his DCP on cooldown, and if you haven't taken last stand. You're done. You're just turning whatever you're turning, buddy. You're hosed.
Might have gotten Bismarcked. So we've seen 2 games with Hildebrands. Both of them, the team with the Hildebrand has failed to win.
It's failed to win.
So I almost feel like, okay, there's no need to ban that ship because, well, so far nobody's been able to make it work for him.
No, I don't think I'd ban that ship at all.
Yeah, this game, the Hildebrand player did a much better job of advancing with the team and stuff.
Yes.
But I think the problem was that there was too much emphasis on the
planes.
spotting, and he wasted a lot of time trying to spot those 2 in the corner, and they couldn't convert that to a kill. Yeah. And while he's spotting, everybody else is like, well, let's just go kill the Hildebrand.
Now, agreed. Now let's also follow that with some praise where it's deserved on Resin for preserving those ships, right? That was not
God,
that was not an easy task what Legend did in a Zao of all ships.
In a Zao.
Of all ships, fending off repeated plane attacks. Now he's got a repub there, and repub's A is no joke. So that was just great teamwork between Peyton and Legend, working together, keeping those planes away long enough for Legend to not die. And then the beauty of it is the Hildebrand in that vulnerable position. Once the team realizes where he is, they're able to change his focus. Like, crap, I have to stop worrying about spotting for the team, or I'm just going to be dead. And that engagement now changes the engagement at the top of the map. Those guys in the corner now have some breathing room because the Hildebrand's focus is on, I have to preserve my hull. So it changes everything.
It absolutely does. It absolutely does. So fantastic games by both teams.
Great series.
It was, I mean, we got some great games today, man. Like some really great games. So, anything else to talk about before we
I'm good, man. Wave your hands. Do your hand wavy thing. Let's go.
I can't yet. I have to explain what we got to do.
Oh, fine. Do your explanation. Go ahead.
Okay, so what we gotta do is I'm gonna continue the stream. I'm gonna go to the after party. We're gonna hang out. We're gonna switch from 5-minute delay to 0 delay. And to do that, I gotta kill my internet. Gotta kill OBS. Gotta start internet. Gotta start OBS. Gotta switch over scenes collection. Gotta take off the 5-minute delay, and I gotta pray really, really fast as I click the start button. Basically, lots of what you just saw Raptor do. So your patience is well appreciated, everybody, while I make that change. And Raptor, thank you very much for co-casting with me today, as well as yesterday, and for rating me both days.
Absolutely.
That's nice of you, man. Okay, I'm waving my hands now. There you go. All right, cool. So that'll be it for my side of things. And I'll see you on the other side.
Before we start this process, I will let everybody know on my stream what's happening, because I had just someone in chat talking about how he's late. He's gonna be 9 minutes short. No. Okay. The drops for the day can be earned for 9 more hours. You're good. Okay. So what's gonna happen? Zath's gonna do his shenanigans. I'm gonna raid into Zath. He's gonna continue to stream. So if you haven't finished your drops yet and you've been watching me this morning, for starters, thank you for watching. Secondly, stay with us. You're going to be shuffled over to Zath's stream. He's going to take care of you. He'll be entertaining. There'll be things to watch, and you will eventually be able to finish your drop on his stream without any problem at all. Okay? Cool.
Bingo.
Relax. You're good. We have you covered.
We got you, fam.
We got you, fam. and before we both get out of here, we should also point out, same time next Saturday and Sunday. Mark your calendars, guys. Days 3 and 4 Warship Masters are 7 a.m. U.S. Central Time next Saturday and Sunday. That's 5 a.m. Pacific. Rip you guys. And 8 a.m. on the East Coasters here in the U.S. Both days next Saturday and Sunday. We got to finish this event up. So lots more fun action to come.
Yes, and there's a lot of bracket wonkiness that we have to talk about next weekend.
Indeed.
But the key is Saturday will most definitely be the longer day between Saturday and Sunday.
Yes.
And since the drops are so important this next weekend, I got to say, make the time if you can. Alarms, whatever.
I think Saturday's the bigger deal, guys. If you're worried about trying to get yourself a Laffy, or you're interested in that rare drop camo for Iowa or something along those lines, plan on trying to be here for Saturday. Saturday's going to be the bigger deal. And I may actually take the time to stream a little extra on Saturday myself, which I normally don't do on tournament days, but I think that drop is a big enough deal that it's worthwhile doing it. So yeah, make the time for Saturday, and we will both be back here doing our thing. In the meantime, Zath, I'm going to hang it up. I'm going to push my outro button. Let this go so we can wind down and raid into you here shortly, okay?
Sounds good.
Sweet. Guys, thanks for being here. We'll see you next weekend.